We're talking week number 7 waiver wire ads, waiver wire rankings. Who do you add walking into week number 7? Who can win you a league? Who's going to dominate moving forward? Who's the savior during this bye-mageddon where we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams on a bye in week number 7? Is it Roschon Johnson? Is he even available in your league? Is it maybe Jordan Mason? Is Jordan Mason even the backup? Or is it Eli Mitchell? And I got a little news for you on that front. Is it potentially another player? Is Christian McCaffrey going to play? I've got news on that front because my boy Raj from RSF 49ers is going to jump on and discuss the likelihood of Christian McCaffrey playing in week number 7 and the likelihood of Eli Mitchell rising back up per coach speak from Kyle Shanahan himself. There's a lot to break down right now. CeeDee Lamb balling out Monday Night Football. Tony Pollard balling out, could have balled out more on Monday Night Football. The Fantasy Football Show waiver wire edition for week number 7 begins right now.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios.
It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live!
Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
We're here to break down the week number 7 waiver wire content, the rankings, as well as the Monday Night Football game that just ensued and just ended here between the Dallas Cowboys and the Chargers. And it was a fun game to watch. There was a lot of potential stuff that was, scoring that was missed, but at the end of the day, it was a pretty darn good fantasy football outing when you break it down. Ekeler didn't do what we wanted, but do we buy low on Ekeler? Absolutely. We're going to talk about that and more. So let's dig right into the waiver wire content. My boy RSF 49ers will be dialing in a minute to discuss not only Eli Mitchell versus Jordan Mason versus Eli Mitchell, but whether Christian McCaffrey is even likely to play. And in that, will we be wasting the number 1 waiver wire claim on Jordan Mason or Mitchell if CMC is going to play? Granted, there's a lot of unknown. We're on pins and needles awaiting the results of the MRI. Without that information, we really are batting blind and throwing mud at the wall. But I do believe that Raj, the biggest 49er page on Instagram, the biggest fan page in terms of Instagram NFL fan pages, period, would probably have the best lead on this information. So we're going to bring him in, and he's my boy from Instagram. He has, I think he has over 200,000 followers. I forget how many, 220, something like that. So we're going to bring him in. But let's cycle on over to the waiver wire list for week number 7. Now, granted, there might be other names on here we can toss on here. But when we look at this list and we say Roschon Johnson available in 59% of leagues still, an uncomfortable amount of leagues. That is a crazy, enormous number of leagues that he's available in. And I know that someone's going to say, Smitty, my league, he's not available. But that's your league, Bob. Not everybody has the same freaking league as you. So let's have a little open mind that other people play in maybe just a slightly different league than you. My boy Raj is coming in here. Let me just see if I can switch over to this camera here. Let me see if I can find Raj. Hold on, Raj. I'm coming for you. Okay. Raj, my boy. What's up, my guy?
What's up, my boy? How we doing?
Good. This is Raj from RSF 49ers on Instagram. How many followers do you have on Instagram now? Is it like 230? What is it?
Let me see.
I'll put your IG on the screen here.
276,000.
Damn, man. That's a lot. Definitely the biggest page.
Oh, wait. Sorry, I just refreshed. 277,000.
Attaboy. So this is literally the biggest page for a team, fan page, or you. What would you categorize yourself as? A fan page?
I mean, fan page, independent,
news,
content creator, blog, sports blog.
But biggest team page. Yeah, by far. So Raj, here's the dilemma for fantasy football, and I need you to put on a different hat right now because not literally, but in a figurative way, because you are very bedside manner, pillow talk with your audience. Hey, Niners are going to win. We're going to do great. Everybody gets a trophy. And you guys are amazing. But that's how you're going to sugarcoat some stuff. I need you to get like dead serious, factual, and tell me what you truly believe is going to happen, not what you want to happen, not what people want to hear. Christian McCaffrey has the oblique injury. We're batting blind. Let's just start off with that. We have zero information on the MRI results, correct? You would have it before anybody. Okay. You would have it before anybody. Like, no one's going to have that before you. Just so everybody watching doesn't come in and go, oh, no, I heard a fantasy doctor on Instagram or on TikTok tell me that he's out for... Believe me, Raj would know. Raj is getting a text from somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody. So, as of right now, tell everybody what the status is. MRI results.
Yeah, as you guys know, it's been reported already earlier in the day. He's got an oblique injury. That's all we know. They're getting MRI results. We don't know the severity of the injury because they got to wait for the results. It could be something where he misses some time. It could be something where he doesn't. And again, also, you have to factor in the player, who it is, how he's trained, how he gets his body, how he recovers. And he's a tough guy. He's a guy that can play through a lot of stuff. He's a gritty player. So we don't have a timetable yet. It's to be determined. But as soon as the MRI results come back, we can kind of make a little bit more of a educated guess. And it's going to be one of those issues where it's a pain tolerance thing, with an oblique injury. Puka Nacua has played through it this year. Jalen Waddle's played through it this year. And it is 100% a pain tolerance thing. So in my mind, if I'm thinking about Christian McCaffrey, he's going to want to play no matter what. So unless the team sees something and it's like, oh, no, this is too severe, you can't play, and the team says something, I think Christian McCaffrey has a chance to play 60 to 70% in my mind. But again, we really have to wait until those MRI results come back.
Okay, so he ran back onto the field. Did he take another snap, or did he just go onto the field? Did he carry the ball, or was he involved in the play?
Yeah, he took a snap, and then after that, immediately left. I think he tried to test it, and then you could tell he was like, "No, I can't." So he ran off the field.
Based on, and if anybody doesn't know, Raj is a physical therapist. Okay, Raj also has knowledge on this medical aspect of it. Based on your expertise and all of your years of doing what you're doing, what is the likelihood his injury, the MRI results are probably going to come back with something that makes him sit? The team makes him sit based on the fact that he ran back on the field, took the snap. Would he be able to do any of that if, let's say, there was something that's going to show up on the MRI? I know you can't know for certain, but...
there's definitely a chance that, he's going to be shut down because whatever they find is going to limit his moving. Because oblique injury, bending, twisting, lateral movements like that of the trunk and everything, and just doing these rotationary movements. You're running back, you're going to try to run and do some cuts and dancing. You know how he's running and grooving and moving. That might limit the ability to do that. And if you take a hit, it's going to cause, like I said, it's a pain tolerance issue. So, yeah, definitely. If they find something on that, MRI, they're going to be like, oh, wow, you might not be able to play, the team, medical staff. So, again, it really those MRI results are going to be very important for Christian McCaffrey moving.
So you're saying 60 to 70% chance McCaffrey plays, and that's you projecting the MRI results in every facet of this thing. So, like, here's what I'm telling fantasy football owners, because that's why we're really here. Is Mason worth the number one overall waiver wire claim if, let's say, Roshan Johnson, or you need a wide receiver and Jameson Williams is there and Mason's there? Now, we've addressed that maybe Christian McCaffrey has a 60 to 70% chance of playing in Raj's guesstimation. And again, if it doesn't go that way, if, let's say, the MRI results come back in a negative way that they say we got to sit him, Raj is opening that door 30%. So I don't want to hear Raj was wrong. He gave you a 30% chance of it. That's 30% chance. Like, anything can happen. But here's the kicker, bro. And Broski's watching right now, is that Raj, you have news that maybe Mason's not the backup, right? Because Kyle Shanahan loves Mitchell. And I referenced this early on the show today when people were saying Mason. And I said, don't be so quick to be like, Mason's the guy. Mitchell's always been the guy when he's healthy and available. So, like, what do you hear? First of all, what did Kyle Shanahan say today regarding the two? Who's the backup? And what are the odds that Mitchell's healthy enough to take on the kind of role that maybe Shanahan would want?
Yeah, so let me speak on that. But before, again, I know I gave you 60, 70% chance right now for CMC. That can change depending on this MRI, like we talked
Yeah.
about. Like if there's that sticks out, they're gonna be like, oh man, maybe it's gonna be like it could be anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks, depending on how severe it is. But again, there are players that have played through this injury. Christian's a tough dude. Like he's the type of guy that takes care of himself. Where he'll probably go in a cryo chamber like we talked about. And like I know it sounds funny, but he's the type of guy. He's like, I'm going to do whatever it takes to play. He's that type of guy. But anyways, let's talk about Kyle Shanahan said today regarding the backups, right? So if Christian McCaffrey can't go on Monday night, which again is to be determined right now, it'll be hard to predict the 49ers running back order. It really will, because Shanahan said that Elijah Mitchell has earned a ton with San Francisco, given how good he plays when he's healthy, right? And you mentioned this, like when he's healthy, Kyle loves Elijah. Like this is his guy. Like he loves this guy. Like he is got such an affinity towards Elijah Mitchell. But he also said, you can't discount how well Jordan Mason is running. Like he knows Jordan Mason's played good. Like he's seen it. He's earning his trust. But because of how Elijah Mitchell plays in the passing game, I feel like he trusts him a little bit more. So it's tough. It's like a 50-50 split at this point, and you have to make a gut reaction of who do you think Kyle's going to play. And if Elijah Mitchell's healthy, Kyle will probably lean towards him. Now, it doesn't mean Jordan Mason won't get any carries. And we've seen when Jordan Mason's in the game, he runs hard, he's tough. But the problem with Jordan Mason is he's behind Elijah Mitchell, a guy that Kyle loves. But if he gets hurt, then it opens the door for Jordan Mason. But it's a tough call right there, Smitty.
So here's my problem for fantasy owners. Not only are you fighting against the maybe 60, you said 60, 70, so let's be safe and call it 60% chance McCaffrey plays based on the MRI, everything included. The odds of the MRI results are actually favorable to him playing through pain versus you can't play or you'll further the injury. So 60% chance. Then you have the 50-50-ish percent chance that you're getting the right backup running back right. And so it's like, this is not a very good odds game at this point for maybe 1 week, right? Because McCaffrey, if he sits out, it's probably 1 week. If the MRI results come back semi-negative, and I don't think they'll come back extremely negative because he went back into the game. So I think that definitely came back out. So for me, it's like, okay, when we look at this, Roschon Johnson has a chance to start for 3 more consecutive weeks and take the job over from Khalil Herbert because he's a rookie. They invested in this kid pretty early on, and they drafted him for a reason. And there are a lot of scouts, especially like fantasy scouts, but NFL scouts that said this guy, he fits what the Chicago Bears want as a running back. They've trusted him at the end of games before this year, throwing the ball to him, 2-minute drill stuff. So they trust him. He was out last week. And so he probably returns from the concussion this week. So my advice to everybody watching is Roschon has a lot more value than a 1 week rental on a player. You don't even know you're getting the right player if they even start. The only solace you'd have is that if McCaffrey plays, I doubt he gets a full workload. So you will get some work out of Mason or Mitchell. But again, you're batting blind as to which one's going to be the backup. So I don't know. And Deebo Samuel, Raj, it seems like it's a small injury for Deebo, but he struggled for multiple weeks in a row. He was, I believe, he was on the field the most snaps 2 weeks ago, and I think almost dropped a nothing burger. Last week, I believe he had the most targets out of all the wide receivers. Is that correct? I think he did, and he did virtually nothing. What's going on with Deebo? And is this something that's going to be repeating for a couple weeks, or is he like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, good question. I mean, this is another guy that's been dealing with a little bit of injury risk this year. He came in great shape. He was, started off hot. And then the injuries piled up. He got a knee injury. He got a rib injury. And then that really derailed him. So then he came in. He was more of a decoy, but I feel like the injuries really have kind of set him back. And then now, after this past game, Sunday against the Cleveland, he suffered a shoulder injury. The good news, it wasn't like severe. They thought it was going to be a little bit more severe, but the reports from Kyle Shanahan today are basically that it's day-to-day. He's day-to-day. They just said it's a shoulder injury. They didn't specify. So, Kyle sometimes is a little discreet. He doesn't always give out all the details on injury. They said shoulder. Maybe it's a shoulder sprain. We don't know. But they did say he's day-to-day. So for Deebo, again, he's another guy that's tough. He's not going to tell you if he can't play. I feel like that's what's going on is Deebo has been dealing with these injuries, and he's trying to play through it. He's not 100%. Deebo is probably playing at maybe 80% healthy. Knee, rib, shoulder. He's getting banged. He's a physical player. So I think that's really what's going on with Deebo. But right now, he's day-to-day with the shoulder injury.
Yeah. All right. Anything else you want to add, Raj? Everybody go follow Raj at RSF49ers right here on Instagram. He's the biggest team page on Instagram, period. I saw someone, I think it was Blind Larry, say that Tom Grossi was bigger. You didn't listen to what I said, Blind Larry. It's Tom Grossi on YouTube, but on Instagram, Tom Grossi has like 30,000, I think, Instagram followers. Raj, let me repeat it. Raj is the biggest team page that I know of on Instagram. And go follow his YouTube. Who is he?
Yeah.
That he's got like I want to say he's got like 300 or something on YouTube, but he's a Green Bay Packer streamer.
Nice.
But he
cool.
does a lot of good like charity work and stuff. But yeah, anyway, Raj is bigger on Instagram. Anyway,
numbers, that's cool. I'm on YouTube now.
Yeah. Go follow Raj's YouTube as well. It's youtube.com/RSF49ers live.
Yeah, live.
Okay, live. RSF 49ers live. So go follow him on YouTube as well. All right, Raj, anything else?
No, man. Have a good stream. I appreciate you, Smitty, and we'll talk soon, man. It's good talking to you tonight.
Yeah. I need you on more often to do little like Niner breakdowns if you got anything, because this is good. I got to get to all this waiver wire stuff, but I definitely want to make sure I have you on more. So just let me know whenever you want to on a Saturday or Friday.
Let's roll, man. I'm gonna try to do it more often this year.
All right, later, Raj. Appreciate you, man. Go follow my guy. All right, later. Okay, so that was good to have Uncle Raj on. Go follow him on Instagram. And so I think the bottom line here is coming off of what he's saying is that, and I'm not saying don't pick up Jordan Mason. I'm not saying don't put in a claim for him. I'm not saying don't put in a claim for Mitchell. I'm not saying that like he gave us percentages for all that. Like everybody needs to understand he's not saying no. He's not saying Mitchell will be the guy. He's not saying Mason won't be the guy. He's not saying McCaffrey will absolutely play. He's saying, based on his projection, he is a physical therapist. We call him Dr. Raj for a reason. He does have an opinion that there's a 60 to 70% chance that McCaffrey will play based on the likelihood of the MRI results, but anything could happen. There's a 30% window where this could go awry, or there's something, maybe it wasn't as bad till he went back into the game and then he made it worse, and that's why we're a little bit uncertain. But I just think if Roshan's there, this feels like the no-brainer because it's not a rental for 1 week, and Malik Willis needs to be added to this. I couldn't fit everybody on here. We got Badger, we got Malik Willis, we got Carr. There's a number of QBs that are gonna fit on here. I just didn't have time. But Willis is definitely another one. I'll put Willis on here, and let me change the background color to match, just so it kind of looks right. There we go. I think that's right. I don't know. It didn't work here. Willis. So Willis is on here. For me, Roshan Johnson is, if available, the best pickup of the week, and he's been there every week in like the top 3 or 4 every single week. The 2 preemptive weeks, I admit I've been too early on him. He hasn't done it yet. I thought he could be the league winner coming into week 1 before week 1 was even played. I thought he could be the league winner coming out of week 1. I thought he could be the league winner coming out of week 2. And here we are, yet again, waiting on this man to get his opportunity. He had it last week, but was concussed and couldn't go through the protocol quick enough to get cleared. So while Khalil Herbert was on IR for 4 weeks at that moment in time, we wasted a week on Deontay Foreman because this man, Roshan, couldn't get cleared in time. And We're pretty sure he's going to get cleared and be ready to go, but we don't know. We have no clue at this point what the hell's going on, but I will tell you this. Based on what Raj told me, if I have the opportunity to go get Roshan and he's available again in 59% of leagues, that's an uncomfortable amount. He's the number one. He's the number one. And I still feel like Roshan Johnson, if we had to go over to the meter of likelihood to be the league winner of 2023, the entire offseason. Let me go over to this right here where we do the odds of being the best pickup of the year. And we punch this little number here and say 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 are the odds I put on Roshan Johnson for being the best pickup of the entire year in 2023, walking into week number 7. And if we look at Mason and Mitchell, I would say those are 5 or 6 because we don't know which one is the backup and we don't know if McCaffrey's going to sit out. I still think Spears has probably like a 7 out of 10 or maybe still even an 8 out of 10 on the meter because I truly believe that if he gets into that lineup, he's going to thrive. And even if he's not in the lineup, he's still got a whole bunch of value. We're talking top 15, 16, 17 running back value, maybe top 18 running back value inside a sharing situation because he gets a lot of volume and a lot of PPR work. But if Derrick Henry, who's 29 years old with mileage that's beyond abusive to his body at his size, every time he takes a hit, he brings that weight and size to the ground in a harder impact than most people, and that's adding up. And he's 29 years old, and at some point he's not going to get up. Maybe he musters through the entire season, gets down to 3.5 yards per carry, somehow stays on the field, but doesn't exit and leave week 12, 13, 10, whatever, and plays all year. This guy's still going to be productive enough to be your flex play, especially with a bunch of buys like we have this week where you're like, okay, I need to shove any running back in right now. He's a fantastic RB to throw into your lineup. So I still feel like there's a 7 or 8 potential of win a league value mixed with the good flex play. Bigsby, same thing. Look how good ETN's playing. No one's saying ETN's getting hurt. No one's saying we don't believe in Travis Etienne. This channel was higher on Travis Etienne last year than anybody. Okay, and we love him every year. We love him every week. We love him every month. We are a Travis Etienne community. But the offense is so good on the ground that if Bigsby was leaned upon, given his skill set, his ability, the trust the team has in him to be the backup or the starter if something happened to Etienne, this guy would go to the moon. So he's got an 8 out of 10 as well in terms of win a league potential. So we put an 8 out of 10 for Roshan. We'll put an 8 out of 10. Let me put this on here as well for Bigsby. Bigsby's an 8 out of 10. Spears is an 8 out of 10. All these guys are a potential 8 out of 10 in terms of winning your league. And some of them, like Roshan, obviously, Roshan's the now and potential future. These guys are more... Bigsby's not really a flex play right now, but he could be in dire straits. This week he can punch a touchdown in, so maybe you use him with by Mageddon here. But Spears is like a player you can use now. But these two guys have Roshan's ability to absolutely win a league, but they're in more reserve roles. He's getting vaulted right into the lineup, potentially. I mean, could the Bears screw it up? Absolutely. But at this current moment in time, these guys are an 8 out of 10 likelihood of winning a league, being the best pickup of the year. These guys are 8 out of 10. Guess who else is an 8 out of 10? I'll put him on the screen here. You know who I'm going to mention. Same thing. Etienne, don't think he's getting hurt at all. Zach Charbonnet, we're not worried about Kenneth Walker, but it just so happens that Charbonnet and Bigsby are so good that if injected into that lineup, they would take you to the promised land. That's why Charbonnet's here. That's why Bigsby's here, because of their win a league potential, similar to, think, Alexander Madison circa 2 years ago. That's what we're talking about with their values. Ahmed's an interesting ad. Ingram and DeMarcado. That one's on me because I said DeMarcado would get more work than Ingram. They both were crappy, so it didn't even matter at the end of the day. But Ingram was used a lot more. He looked like garbage. It was a bad call by the Cardinals. He was not good. DeMarcado, I think, is the better RB, but they didn't use him. Reynolds, decent play this week. Maybe they screw Gibbs in Detroit. And according to the reports you guys saw earlier, and I put it on my channel, and we'll definitely talk about it again here, David Montgomery is going to be out, quote, a little bit, end quote, meaning he's out at least a couple weeks, according to Dan Campbell, head coach of the Detroit Lions, which means Jahmyr Gibbs' season should be in full effect, but will it be? So, Reynolds is an interesting ad. Kareem Hunt played pretty well. He's a good ad. Zach Evans, we had other news today that surfaced on Kyren. Kyren is out for at least 1 week. MRI results revealed a sprained ankle. Nothing crazy, but definitely out 1 week. Could be out 2 weeks. And Ronnie Rivers was diagnosed with a grade 3 PCL tear. And if anybody watches my channel, we talk about knees quite a bit. PCL and ACL are in the middle of the knee. Here's the front shot of the knee, and you can see them kind of in between here. But if you turn it around just for the model's sake of showing it, you can see the ACL and the PCL cross. They're responsible for keeping the knee tight, the two joints together tight. And when you tear one of them, the knee is in a vulnerable position, likely to tear other ligaments, because think of it like an ACL and a PCL. They keep the two. Here's the top of the knee joint. Here's the bottom. They keep that knee joint really tight. And when you snap one of them, you have some lax to go this way, or you snap the other, you have some lax to go this way and fall off the shelf, so to speak, or tear the LCL and the MCL. And so when you lose that ACL and meniscus, you lose that ACL or the PCL, you can kind of imagine without that in the middle there, keeping it tight, the knee sliding around, grinding down the meniscus, the micro movements. That's why people don't have ACLs like Tajay Spears has one ACL. He doesn't have an ACL on one of his knees. He's going to need a total knee replacement if he doesn't replace that very soon. And I'm talking like the next couple years if he plays on it. Because even though he's got probably a tight-fitting knee, he's grinding down the meniscus through the micro movements that occur when you don't have that tight knee joint. Without the PCL and the ACL being tight, there's such a risk of re-injury, not to mention they diagnosed Rivers with a grade 3. That's like surgery. There's no, I don't even understand how this is a discussion. They either got the report wrong and it's not a grade 3, it's a grade 2, almost grade 3, like Lamar Jackson's. Lamar Jackson had a PCL tear of a 2, almost grade 3. If it was grade 3, he'd need surgery. And there's a big concern about Lamar, because his PCL probably is not as tight as the average Bears. So back over here to the waiver wire. Evans is a good ad, is why I went on that tangent. Warren, I still think Jaylen Warren might take 50% minimum of Najee Harris's job if Najee even stays healthy all year. Keaton Mitchell's a nice stash. Zeke Elliott, I mean, look, Ramondre's got potential to bounce back. He scored. He looked pretty good. But Zeke is still somebody you want to grab and hold, especially if you own Ramondre. Singletary, wide receiver. There's no other wide receiver to grab. Well, there are. I mean, Downs and Rice and Samuel are good ads. But this guy right here, catching a touchdown pass, such a crucial touchdown pass, looking to gain some momentum off of that confidence-building catch. There's a lot of upside here in Jameson. There's a lot of, I think, potential letdown too, though. So be careful who you bench and throw him in. Again, we have a buy-mageddon going on in week number 7. So I imagine you need somebody for your flex play, and you're not going to kick yourself if it doesn't work out, because he might be your best chance. Downs is a great pickup. Rice is a fantastic developing asset in KC. I think he only gets better. Curtis Samuel is like a mini Deebo Samuel in Washington, and I don't know that that's going to change. He's really, really utilized, and they have designed plays for him. They run him in some ways like Deebo. Osborne's a good pickup if you need a wide receiver. Michael Wilson's going to be hit and miss. That Cardinals offense is hit and miss. He's a rookie. He's going to be up and down. Shaheed, pretty decent ad. And as for tight ends, Dalton Schultz is the guy I add. Musgrave, Jonnu Smith, Mayer's looking like he's going up in value, but the inconsistency at quarterback could present a problem as they rotate through that. So that's why rookie tight ends don't normally do well, is it's hard enough for them to pick up systems, but usually rookie tight ends land in bad spots. That's one reason I love Kincaid so much. I know a lot of people are giving up on him, and I don't blame anybody for jumping ship right now, but get ready to jump back on the boat at some point, like even if it's week 10 or 11 or 12. Rookie tight ends typically take a long time to develop, and we might be a year early on Kincaid, or I might be a year early, and I apologize if I am, but I do believe the talent is there. And just like I was higher on TJ Hawkinson over any other content creator and ranker in the entire fantasy industry, according to Fantasy Pros, who said so, that there was not an analyst that ranked TJ Hawkinson higher than I did, or Darren Waller during Hawkinson's sophomore year. I had Hawkinson super high. Everybody gave up on him after a pretty bland rookie season, and I had him higher ranked than anybody on record, than anybody in the industry. And I think that Kincaid could end up being that in 2024, but I'm hoping that I'm wrong there in that specific light, and I'm right about the late breakout in 2023 here in 2023. So hopefully, but my whole point being that, you know, he might be a guy that we're picking up. Mayer is going to be up and down, especially with the quarterback changes. Logan Thomas kind of crapped the bed, but he's still a guy to pick up. Ertz. Musgrave is definitely a beast. He's probably the biggest player, or he's got the most intangibles, and he's the biggest specimen of the tight end class, the rookie tight end class in 2023 here. So he's a monster. But Schultz is good. Howell, Dobbs, Ritter, Carr, Willis, Bagent. You got a plethora of quarterback options in Superflex this week that are probably potentially available that might not have been picked up before the week started. In Willis, backup QB in Chicago, or whether it's one of the Raider quarterbacks, whoever they decide to roll with. This is definitely a week that you can maybe find someone on waivers. This is the Waiver Wire Show, ladies and gentlemen. At the end of the day, for me, it's Roschon Johnson. If he's available, you must grab him. Now, if he's gone and it's down to Mason, Mitchell, Spears, Bigsby, Charbonnet, I'm probably going with Spears, Bigsby, Charbonnet, or Charbonnet, Spears, Bigsby. One of those three over Mason and Mitchell, unless you need now production in week number 7, and that's all your concern is. If your concern is just now production, you're trying to get a win, maybe you've got 1 win, 0 wins, you're looking for a W, then Mason and Mitchell, even if McCaffrey comes back, there's potential touchdown opportunity for those guys. So it makes sense to switch to the Mason Mitchell blueprint if you are looking for now production. If you're looking for longevity on the 2023 season, Roschon fits the bill. Spears fits the bill. Sharbs and Bigsby, they're more shots in the dark, but they are win-a-league shots in the dark. Sleeping giants, we call them, and that's the Waiver Wire Show for week number 7. And before we get into the super chats and phone calls, I did want to add that, look, I know Ekeler had a bad game according to most people during his first outing back from injury and the bye week, but keep in mind this was the Dallas D. Keep in mind he almost scored a touchdown. Keep in mind he would have had a much different day had he punched in that touchdown, got stopped at the 1-yard line, reached for the end zone, fell short. He was still hampered a little bit by the ankle. I bet he feels even more comfortable next week, assuming he escapes with any setbacks and is unscathed from the incident. But I think that he's still one of the very best buy lows in fantasy football, and I'm almost kind of excited that he had a bad game in the leagues where I don't own him. Now, clearly, if I own him, I'm a little disappointed in the outing, the stat line, the game log, the fantasy production, but at the end of the day, I'm not worried about spilled milk. I'm not worried about what's happened in League A, B, or C. I'm worried about next week. What does next week translate to? What does next week mean? And in leagues where you don't own Austin Ekeler, he just became a whole lot cheaper. And if you want to go after Ekeler, now is the time. I didn't think we'd be able to walk into week number 7 saying that about a player like Ekeler that could be top 5 overall. And this is a guy I told you not to draft. because of the injuries. Right now, he hasn't served his purpose. Right now, if you did draft him, it was a waste of a pick in many ways, and you're struggling badly because of it. But now it's time to swoop in and grab him. And if he's available, I didn't think we'd be able to walk out of week number 6 saying that we can get him even cheaper than last week. He's bye week free. And he's the starting running back in an exciting offense that's going to score a lot of points and has a nice design and play calling situation and setup. And with Mike Williams going down, he's going to get more receptions. This was the Dallas Cowboys on his first game back. He's still hampered playing the Cowboys. Parsons, it was not set up very well for an explosion, bounce back performance. It was set up for, okay, maybe he falls in the end zone a couple times. Maybe they do give him a decent 70 total yards and he just has these shots at the end zone, which he did. He just didn't punch it in. There's no better buy low player in week number 7 than Austin Ekeler, who has had his bye week. Hear me now. Hear me now. That's who you get. That's the best buy low. That's win a league material right here, right now. And CD Lamb, good luck buying him low. Tony Pollard, good luck buying him low. And that's all I got to say about that. Young, $2 hauler, first super chatter of the night.
Mashed potatoes.
Young, appreciate you. 0-6 time to say better luck next year. 0-6, Young. What? And look, you got to play more than one league, Young. Right? And not to mention, you can get on Underdog Fantasy promo code Smitty any old time. They're doubling your first deposit up to $500 on your first deposit. And you can play week number 7 contest, Young. They may have another resurrection. I'm going to drop that link in the live chat right this very second. Please click that link right now and join Underdog Fantasy promo code Smitty. I'm going to pin the link right now in the live chat. Pin the link right now. Young, you got to have more than one league, broski. Go get Ekeler. Go get Ekeler. Go get Ekeler. God, how are you 0-6? And don't give up, Young. Don't give up. Don't give up. Go fight, bro. Like, think about it this way, okay? You play 14 weeks, and you've got 6 losses, right? So could you be 8-6? Absolutely. Could an 8-6 team grab the last spot in your playoffs? I venture to say yeah, unless only 4 teams make it. So win out. Win out, bro. Win out. Don't give up. Don't go into the quiet night and play more than one league, gosh darn it. For the next couple of years, we need to make sure you're in at least 2 or 3 leagues because things happen. Busts happen, injuries happen. You got to protect yourself into having a whole lot of fun, which is why we also do Underdog Fantasy. But you need to be protected into having a whole lot of fun all year long. And that's why I pinned that link. And on Underdog Fantasy, promo code Smitty, we jump into drafts midweek. We'll be drafting for next week. Maybe we'll do it at the end of the show, depending on if we have time. What's good, Smitty? Appreciate you, Dark Knight, for dropping the $5 hauler, Dark Knight, to the freaking moon.
To the moon.
Crazy 10-man PPR 5-1 traded Mostert for Breece Hall. I love both of them, and I don't want to say that either side won because Mostert is in a prime position to continue to explode, even when Achane returns. But Mostert's injury prone. Breece Hall's got the struggling offense. There are pros and cons. I think this is probably very arguable to anybody with a good head on their shoulders, man. And I just say that to give Mostert his respect. So I don't want to say like you got him or anything. This is even Steven arguable trade. Jeff Wilson coming back and Achane on IR after IR, thinking long term. Also of CMC and Swift. I don't mind it. I don't think it's like I would have sat there and contemplated this thing as well. And I can't say that if I had 2 leagues side by side, I would want Breece in one and Mostert in the other. But Mostert's very injury prone. Brandon, you got 30 seconds because I'm in the middle of supers.
Hey, what's up, man? I'm trying to figure out if I should trade Puka and Jerome Ford for T. Higgins and Devontae Smith.
Puka and Drum. Like, here's the thing, bro. Puka had a bad game, but that's one game. Devontae Smith, Ford is almost a throw-in and a nothing burger. So Devontae Smith has been playing so bad. Not that I don't love acquiring him, but he's been playing so bad for so long. This is not fair. Puka wins this evaluation, and you need to get more. Not Ford. You need something like Christian Watson. You need something like Ramondre Stevenson, who's been dog water, and you get it thrown in. If you don't get that, I don't, Smitty, approve it on fair market value alone.
Okay, my value, the way I was just looking at it was, do you value like T. Higgins and Puka like kind of in the same range?
No. Why would I do that? Coming from a guy that after week 1 I said I don't know that it's going to continue. Why would I do that? What's T done all year?
I mean, nothing. He's been hurt though, but I was just asking.
Yeah, no. I don't mean that in like a negative way toward you, like going at your comment. I'm just saying, I'm asking hypothetically, or I'm asking seriously, like, what has he done to even remotely dance in Puka Nakua's category? You know?
No, he's done nothing.
He's also injury prone. It's not just this year he's been hurt. He's an injury prone wide receiver. You know, and there's a lot of turmoil in Cincinnati still that they're trying to work their way out of, which I think they are, but there's still some bumps in the road. And, you know, Burrow's still not out of the woods. You know, Burrow could still, in theory, turn into a pumpkin at any moment because of the calf, but I'm feeling very optimistic that he's getting better each week. But those calf injuries are kind of concerning. I think we're going to treat calf injuries. It's weird because things go in waves, man. I remember ACLs were the thing. Then it was, then it's hamstring. Then it's Liz Frank injuries. Now it's literally like calf injuries and Achilles tears due to some of the calf injuries. It's crazy how it comes in cycles. But anyway, all right, bro. Don't get more Devontae Smith and something for Puka, and I don't know that Higgins is enough. Does everybody agree or disagree with me in the chat? Am I valuing Puka too high at this moment in time?
I even agree with you. That was kind of where I was leaning towards it. I'm kind of scared of T right now a little bit, but I kind of believe in him as well. So I do believe
in Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith's very angry at himself right now for dropping that pass in week number 6.
Yeah,
and I do truly believe in my heart, bro, just deep in my soul, that Devontae Smith is going to be one of the better buy lows. It's just taking a little while. And I know people think, oh, Smitty, you must feel stupid because you said this last week. I don't. The truth is I couldn't be more excited that he actually did bad again. Why? Because what's 1 week? If I feel like I'm going to make the playoffs in a league, right? Who cares what seed I am? I really don't give a crap what seed I am. I don't care if I'm seed 2, 3, 4. As long as I make the playoffs, I could give two craps. The longer Devontae Smith and CeeDee Lamb, who continued to do bad, everybody started giving up on him. And I yelled at him and McCarthy in the first quarter, hoping that things would change. And as soon as I started yelling about it, it started turning around. But look, everyone had such bad things to say about CeeDee Lamb up until this game. It was like, he's not the same, he's garbage. And granted, he was not supposed to outdo last year's numbers because they're supposed to run more this year. McCarthy's uncertain. There's a lot of reasons to not walk into 11, 10, 12 overall value and grab CeeDee Lamb and not feel like disappointment was on the horizon. But at the end of the day, we've been saying all week long, all last week, all week prior to that, go buy CeeDee Lamb. Go buy CeeDee Lamb. Go buy Devontae Smith. Go buy, a plethora of names, and some of them have bounced back. Some of them have yet to. And I'm going to continue to say, just like I said, buy Lamb, buy Lamb, buy Lamb, buy Lamb. Goodbye to buying Lamb low. That's gone. That book is closed. That chapter's done. Go do it with Devontae Smith. As long as I make the playoffs, I could care less if he busted again next week. I'll buy him lower in the league I didn't pull it off. And I'll get it. Every week he does bad, I get to scoop him up for a discount of 10%. I'm on Ross St. Brown. He's injured. He's going to, all the Twitter doctors are saying he's going to have his hernia's returned, a previous hernia injury. That's what this is. And everybody's spreading all these rumors all over Twitter, all over X in Twitterville, just talking about how he's going to miss. He's going under the knife. He's going to miss 3, 4, 5 weeks. Could be 5 or 6 weeks. How good did he look? And it was buy low season for multiple weeks in a row on on St. Brown. CeeDee Lamb, St. Brown, check them off the list. Who's left? Who's left? I'll tell you who's left. This list right here is left, and I still stand behind it. Where's my list? Hold on. Ridley, I stand behind it. Ridley, buy him low. Does bad this week because no T-Law on Thursday night. Still love him. Buy him lower. Ridley, buy him low. Olave, buy on the fear that the touchdowns aren't there and that Derek Carr is not going to make it through the year. Buy low. Devontae Smith, buy low. Waddle, if you can, buy low. Deebo, buy low. Even if you got to wait a week to even play him because you're worried about him being injured, buy low. Christian Watson, buy low. All right, hey, I got to let you run because I got more people on the phone line. This is who is this again that I'm talking to? Is it Brandon or?
Yeah, Brandon. Thank you so much, man.
All right, later, Brandon. Mars Man, rock out. You are live, my guy. But I do got to keep everybody to a short 30-second question, and then if I decide to rant on about it, I will. But everybody's got 30 seconds minimum or maximum to ask their question. Rock out, Mars Man. You are up.
Yeah, I was considering getting Ekeler for Kenneth Walker, but I'm thinking I'm trying to give Bijan because I feel Walker for Eckler's not really buying low.
I would take Ekeler over Walker. It's a tough one. It's a tough one, and I know that it doesn't feel correct right now because you just recency bias. You just saw Ekeler not do well. But I feel like the schedule, the situation, the game script, the offenses, the volume. I mean, look, as much as I love Walker, and I'll continue to beat the drum over and over and just sing the praises of Kenneth Walker, Skywalker, the man, the myth, the legend. I am not down on him. I'm not trading him away cheap. I'm not trading him away because his schedule is rough. But if you can sell him at an all-time high and buy at an all-time low on an equivalent bye-week free player that's already had that bye week in Ekeler, I'm going to do it. I would do it straight up. I would try and get more because I think after this game, you probably can. If you can upgrade that wide receiver 3 into a struggling Devontae Smith, if you can upgrade a almost no-name guy that's been playing well, or a running back like Ford, who you don't believe is going to continue to get the volume enough to be consistent or startable. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. That's up to you. But if I trade Ford to get maybe Christian Watson in order to swap Walker, who's perceived to be better value than Ekeler right now, I do it. But it's okay. It's okay. Not everybody has to feel that way, and it doesn't mean I doubt Walker. It just means it's a buy low and sell high market. That's what fantasy football is. And just because you sell Apple stock when you think it might go down a little bit and you're buying another stock that dipped that you know is going to go up, doesn't mean you don't believe in Apple stock, doesn't mean you won't return to Apple stock, doesn't mean you won't hold some shares of Apple stock. I'm still holding shares of Walker. I'm just toying around in the 47,000 leagues that I have Kenneth Skywalker in because I own him in almost every single league. I put all my eggs in one basket when I say not to do that. I've got Walker in so many leagues. I can afford to take this little journey in a couple of them for Ekeler. So my advice is go get Ekeler, but try and get more done.
Well, how about giving Bijan?
Yeah, for Ekeler, I would do it. Bye week free. No, it is what it is. Doesn't mean that I won't be rooting for Bijan to get his time. And if he does get his time to shine in proper fashion, full course meals, running attack, just up the middle, touchdown galore, 4 or 5 receptions a game. If they lean upon him, he will thrive. He will be running back 1 or 2 or 3 overall from the moment they do that on. And I think he could be the top 5 running back on the season, even with the slow start. Not even running back 3 to 4 on the season. Like, that's the thing. If Bijan doesn't get fully unlocked till week 9, he could still finish inside the top 3 running backs at the end of the year. I don't think people realize that. Look at Fields. Fields was dog water in week 1. Dog water in week 2. Dog water in week 3, right? Yeah. Week 3 as well, right? Yeah. And it was week 4 and week 5 that Fields had 2 top 2 quarterback games, and he returned to the top 5 off 2 games. Now, the deeper you get in, the harder it is to do that with 2 games. I get that. But if Bijan goes nuts from week 9 on, that's enough games to climb back into the top 3 overall. But I take 1,000% right here, right now, bye week out of the way, Austin Ekeler. Rock out. I got to go to the next guy. Appreciate you, pal. Dial in if you got another one. Mars man, rock out, ladies and gentlemen. Theo, I gotta go quick, Theo. 30 seconds. I got super chats I gotta roll through.
Yeah, I just traded Drake London for Aaron Jones.
Smitty.
Yeah, and I now have 4 top 15 running backs and 2 top 10 receivers. I don't know if I should trade a running back for another receiver.
I don't know. We'd have to evaluate that at another time when I have more time to go through your entire team. But I would say at this moment in time, it doesn't seem like you need to make a move at all.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great trade. Call in, Theo, after I get to the super chats. Maybe we'll go through your team in detail. This is Draven. Everybody's been waiting for Draven to call back again. Draven, you got 30.
Hey, Smitty, I won my week. I didn't think I was going to because I was playing my man Adam Thielen. He's still, going crazy. But anyways, my question is...
And I think I might owe you an apology because I think I roasted you on something relating to Thielen. So, Draven to the moon. I think that was what it was.
To the moon.
I wanted to trade, something crazy for Thielen. But anyway...
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad, but you ended up being right this week. So... but it was bad. Okay, go ahead. Hit me with your question.
Okay. Can I drop Higgins for Samuel or Tank Dell or Josh Downs? That's on my that's available right now.
Could you? Yes. Should you? I don't know. Name them again. Higgins for who?
I could get Curtis Samuel. I could get Tank Dell or Josh Downs.
Look, those are arguable, but I'd probably keep Higgins for that. As much as I just crapped all over Higgins, I would rather keep Higgins than those guys, but very, very arguable. Those are not take-a-lap offenses at all.
And are you still not going to trade for Thielen?
Trade for him? It depends on the cost. The cost you were talking about the other day, probably not. But, what do I think he can continue? I do. I don't know that he stays healthy all year, but he could. I mean, he could. He definitely could. I would rather sell him high than hold him at his current all-time high value. His value's through the roof. And we've seen this before where a player goes nuts for 5, 6, 7 games and then they're nothing. Case in point, who is a top 5 wide receiver that nobody's treating like a top 5 wide receiver at all right now? Can you think of a name, Draven? He was a top 5 wide receiver for multiple
DJ
weeks.
Moore?
Well, that's a good one. But Mike Evans. Mike Evans was blowing up. Not just 1 week, not just 2 weeks. He was an absolute monster. And because he got banged up and because he had a bad week last week, people don't even want him. People are trying to give him away in trades. Not for free, but hey, how do I get rid of Evans? And it's I get it. Mike Evans in week number 1 had 6 receptions for 66 and a touch. Week number 2, 6 receptions for 171 and a touch. Week number 3, 5 receptions for 60 yards and a touchdown. Then he had 40 yards. Didn't play week 5. Came back and was 49 yards and 0 scores in week number 6. And now nobody wants him. So all I'm saying is, like, if you sold Evans after week number 3, people would be like, hey, how do you doubt him? Like, anything could happen. I would sell Thielen high, but I do admit I should not have doubted him last week to duplicate what he's been doing until he just doesn't do it. I'm on board saying start him, especially with the Bye-Mageddon here, bro. Like, Thielen's a wide receiver 2 this week because look at all the wide receivers and players that are out this week. All right, Draven, appreciate you.
Hey, take it easy, Smitty.
Later. Draven to the moon. Draven to the moon.
Finish him. Call terminated.
The Redwood, you're live. You got 30 seconds. And the Redwood hung up. All right, Redwood, call back in. I got to get to these super chats, so I can't answer the phone again if you dial back. I don't know why you hung up on me, but that's all right. I appreciate you. Maybe you didn't hang up. Maybe the system just crashed. $5 hauler from Crazy. 10-man PPR, 501. Traded Mostert for Brees. Oh, I already got to that one. Thank you, Crazy, for dropping that super chat. I think the chat would agree that it's arguable. Brees Hall, Mostert, Brees Hall. What's up, Isan? Appreciate you coming in with the $2 hauler. I've got a $4.99 from Carrie. Carrie says, hey Smitty, need to stream a QB this week. Opponent or options are Dobbs, Ritter. I guess I would say Dobbs is a safer choice. If you want to roll with Badger with the unknown kind of, upside play, you could, but I think Dobbs is the safest play. High risk, high reward would be the other two. I think we maybe address that later in the week as well, when we have a little bit more information and snap counts and different things going on, like what's happening in Las Vegas. Is there an option there for you? I just think we need to see what's up. Who would you rather have rest of season, Musgrave or Jonnu? I'd rather have Musgrave personally. He's a specimen. Jonnu's been doing it for a while. He's pretty injury prone too, if you ask me. Stash or drop Fields for Howell? You can't drop Fields. Like, Fields was. We can't drop Fields, guys. We can't be so wishy-washy. He's top 5. He's an elite player. He bounced back. Fields of dreams. Fields of gold. Fields, great baby. And now all of a sudden, one game, and he gets hurt. Didn't even have a chance to rebound in the game. Gets hurt, and now he's droppable. He's not droppable. You have Love. I'm not saying don't pick up Howell, so you have some alternatives. I can't imagine that if he's doubtful, you can't put him on IR. Drop your kicker for now. Pick up Howell. Then when he's capable of going on IR, you put him on IR, pick up a kicker. Or you make a trade. You trade Holloway or Fields or something like that. But drop your kicker unless you have the number 1 kicker and it's going to cost you the season. I received good news about Gibbs' return next week. Thank you, Michael. Appreciate you. Do share. Did you get a moon telegram from him? A Mars telegram? Drop Javonte Williams and McLaughlin for Roschon and Spears and Jameson. You know what? It depends. It's so tough. You're taking a gamble. You're taking a big gamble that Roschon starts, but I probably take that gamble. It's kind of a mess in Denver. I feel like Roschon and Spears are better. If you're not using McLaughlin and Javonte, go with the upside plays anyway. If you're using them, I mean, you could drop one of them. I probably would take Spears. I just like Spears that much. What are your thoughts on Wan'Dale Robinson off waivers? He's not bad. He definitely belongs at the tail end of my waiver wire list that I have up. I didn't put him on there, but he is deserving of being listed right at the bottom here. So Robinson, you want to put him there? I'm okay with that. Appreciate your super chat, Michael. Michael to the freaking moon. I think we have a $20 hauler here from Hernandez coming in with a 20 wad on screen. Hernandez, every time someone drops a $20 hauler, I got to do a set. I got to do a pump. I got to get in shape. You are my trainer.
Alert. Super chat alert. Alert. Super chat alert.
12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Got to get those tries burning, bro. 10-team, full PPR, 2 and 4. My team is Fields, Love. Running backs are Ekeler, Bijan, Breece Hall, Roschon, Achane. Love Achane sitting there. Wide receivers, Olave, Christian Watson, Nico Collins, Laporta. Defense, Cowboys. I like this team a lot. Need a QB and wide receiver help. Who should I trade away to upgrade the positions? This mini already go. No, crazy. I did get to your super chat, crazy. What was the answer to yours? Where were you? Mostert, Breece, very even, Steven. I told you that I said when you were gone, when you were taking your potty break, I said if I had 2 leagues side by side, I want Mostert in one and Breece in the other. So I think the chat would. Smitty can't count. I don't know. Maybe I was off. This team right here, so Fields, Love. Look, Love's back, so it's not the end of the world, and I think he has Aaron Jones and Christian Watson, healthier, but maybe, just maybe, bro, you consider selling Fields and Roschon on the upside that he's starting to like the Tua Hurts owner if they somehow have another player. You really can only upgrade your quarterback through a team that has 2 quarterbacks. So I don't think you can just go get Hurts if he doesn't have Purdy or he doesn't have a quarterback he believes in. Tua, and you could trade Nico for Purdy if, let's say, the Tua owner had Purdy. Hurts owner has Tua and Hurts. You could get one of those guys using like Roschon or Christian Watson or Nico and Roschon and give him Fields back and he gives you Jalen Hurts or Tua. Certainly possible, but you literally can only do this if someone has 2 quarterbacks. No one's taking an injured Fields. No one's taking Love for a downgrade in their mind. So I don't think it's as easy as you think. Your only options are what team has 2 quarterbacks. Then you got to bring that to me, Hernandez, before I can really help you. I love your team. Bijan, Ekeler, Breece. You could potentially trade Breece Hall or Bijan to go get. I would look in your situation with Ekeler, Breece Hall, and Roschon and Achane. I would trade Bijan for Mahomes. And that is a hard thing for me to admit right now. But in your situation, I would do that. Not in every situation. And it doesn't mean that I won't be rooting for Bijan to be the player that we thought he would be. But that's all I'm going to say about that. Smitty, to follow up on my previous question, Dak is on waivers. Grab him and drop my kicker. I would do that. And then facilitate a trade. And maybe Dak could be sent to the other team, in that similar fashion. Maybe you can send Nico and Dak for Purdy, who played bad. That would be a good one, bro. That would be a real small maneuver. But I still like Love. I think I still debate Love, in some context. Trade Roschon for Gibbs. Holding Roschon since week 1. Pros and cons, Casillo. I mean, Roschon could be better than Gibbs. Gibbs could be better than Roschon. Tough to know. I probably lean toward Gibbs, but honestly, I want both of them, and I think I would just weigh out how many leagues you have Gibbs in, how many leagues you have Roschon in, and can you somehow maybe not kick yourself later, because at least you could celebrate Gibbs' glory or Roschon's glory in at least one of your leagues. But I don't know, bro. Chat, would we rather have Gibbs or Roschon for the long term and the now, if you had to mix in both of them? Roschon or Gibbs? Gibbs or Roschon? Which player, in general, in a vacuum, would you rather have go forward? Please vote in the chat so we can give him a real good answer. Trade Pacheco for Waddle. I think I would take either one depending on my need, whether I need a wide receiver or whether I need an RB. So in all intents and purposes, it's an equal trade. So if you need a wide receiver, Waddle's the better side. If you need a running back, Pacheco's the better side. They're very dead even. Gibbs, Roshan, Gibbs. Roshan, Gibbs. Looks like Gibbs came through at the end of the day on that one. This one's from Pierce. What running back can I get for CD? CD just blew up. So I think you could probably ask for a Bijan. You could probably ask for, if you gave up an RB, like, I don't even know, I'd try like a Brian Robinson or Stevenson and try and get an Ekeler on the cheap. You could get Aaron Jones for CeeDee Lamb. Aaron Jones has had his bye week. Try for Bijan. Achane and a struggling wide receiver. That's my favorite, Pierce. That would be my favorite way to trade CD away. Go get a Achane and Devontae Smith, you know. Speaking of Devontae Smith, it always happens. 4-2. $2 hauler, half PPR. My Mostert for Devontae Smith and Javonte. Mostert's worth look, even if Mostert has a high likelihood of getting hurt, bro, Mostert is worth way more than Devontae Smith. Doesn't matter how much I love Devontae Smith. And make sure you hear me when I say go get Devontae Smith. Get him at his cost. This is not his cost. Mostert is worth 2 times or more what Devontae Smith is right now. That's just fair market value. Don't sell yourself short. Sup, Smitty, drop Jaleel for Kareem Hunt. That could go either way. Coin toss close, bro. I would say McLaughlin by a hair, but that's only because Ford still has a role. Ford did nothing to lose a lot of that important work at the end of a game. He came through. So I feel like that Cleveland situation is a little cloudy. But that's not bad. I couldn't tell you to take a lap on either side. Start 2, Watson or Hollywood, Gibbs or Roshan. Watson and probably Gibbs. But this question right here is dependent on the news. So I can't really lock in Gibbs over Roshan. What if Gibbs is very questionable and Roshan's going to get the start? Then we got to flip it, you know. So we're dependent on news on that running back situation. So let's return to that later. Do I trade away Roshan for Dallas Goedert? I don't really need Roshan, who I should trade for. I need a tight end. I don't mind that. I could see that. I could see that. Khalil still could come back. They could screw Roshan. I don't mind that, bro. That's okay. I'd probably prefer Roshan a little bit, but in your situation, I don't mind it at all. Trade Kamara for Purdy and Brian Robinson. QBs are AR and Fields. No. I want more than. Can you change up the player you're getting back? Is Devontae Smith on their team? Is Waddle on the team? Is Ridley on the team? Like, can you change out that Brian Robinson option? I know a lot of people are going to say, Smitty, you're too hard on Brian Robinson, but I don't know. Maybe I am too hard on Brian Robinson. I mean, he's got some good game logs, but the last 2 games have been pretty bad. I know he caught a touchdown last week, salvaged his day, but I mean, 3.1 yards per carry last week, 1.67 the week prior, 3.21 the week prior to that. Really, the only reason he's on the map at all still is the touchdown in week number 4, the 2 touchdowns in week 2, and the touchdown last week, and then the touchdown in week 1. Like, he's been scoring, which you could say that's enough, right? But I don't know. I just don't. I don't want him as that kicker for you. I want somebody else in that spot. $5 hauler from Adam. Wide receivers are on a bye, dropping a kicker for wide receiver. Rashid Rice, Dobbs, Samuel, Myers, Dell, Downs, JSN, Palmer, Quentin Johnston, Jamison Williams. Wow. I'd probably say Jamison Williams or Rashid Rice are your safest pickups. I think Curtis Samuel's also nice. Dell is also really nice. Those are all really good. Or go Love Stroud as backup QB. If you're not going to use this wide receiver, I would rather have the 2 quarterbacks because that's a way more important situation. But I still try and do some 2-for-1 or something to get a free spot to grab one of these guys. But there's so many great players on waivers. I imagine your benches are small, and this will remain the case all year long. I kind of feel that way because there's no way Dell is available in like a big bench league. So I don't know that all these guys are going to get consumed, or if they do, then other good players will get cut. I would say Jamison Williams has the most intrigue, and then but at the same time, the backup quarterback, to have those two quarterbacks would be better than to have just one of them, given the volatility with them. Bro, I slept through the whole game on accident. Yvonne, we need you to sleep through more games. We had enough fantasy production that I could say that was a good game. So please continue to do so. Got offered Drake London for Rashad White. I'd rather have Drake London. I can't believe that he's being sold low off a big game. So good on you. Should I start Brock Purdy versus Minnesota Friday night or Jordan Love versus a horrendous Denver defense? Let me put the schedule up real quick. Why are you saying Friday night? I feel like, I don't know if that's you, Case, that said that before, but somebody in here always says like Friday night a lot. Like, hey, where do I start tonight? And it's like the game's not even tonight. I don't know if that's Case or if that's someone else, but like, what do you mean? So I'd probably say Purdy Monday or Jordan Love versus a horrendous Denver defense. I'm going to go Jordan Love. It's very, very close. I think if Christian McCaffrey plays, it's all dependent on Christian McCaffrey. If McCaffrey plays, it's even. If let's say McCaffrey doesn't play, this is no brainer. I'm going with Jordan Love. But I think I'm still leaning Jordan Love no matter what. He's got Aaron Jones back. Now, if Aaron Jones is ruled out, maybe I'm a little hesitant to call this like a Jordan Love slam dunk. But look, Purdy's nice and steady. You want steady, Eddie? I know he had a bad week last week, but that's if Christian McCaffrey is out. If he's not out, this is a smooth offense. I don't even care if Deebo's out. Like if Christian McCaffrey's in, you're golden. They love Ronnie. Ronnie will be a fantastic replacement for Deebo, so it'll be fine. I'd probably say it's even if Purdy or if CMC plays and Purdy's safer, but Love's higher risk, higher reward. If CMC sits, it's Love all day for the risk, high reward, high risk, and low. It's actually lower risk in my opinion. My offer to the Fields owner: Love, Evans, or Higgins, or Wilson for Fields, Waddle. My offer is to the Fields owner: Love, Evans, or Higgins. First of all, I'd rather keep Evans by a mile. So Love and Higgins. Michael Wilson, I'd rather keep Higgins over Michael Wilson by a mile. So we're progressively going down. And I guess if you have to work your way up, I would say Evans and Love for Fields and Waddle. It depends on your QB. Your QB's Herbert. He needs a QB. So you get Waddle over Evans. I don't like that. I think they're pretty even. I would say if this is Higgins, I still do it. If it's Wilson, I run to the I run from the veto police. But I don't throw Evans in there because I think Evans and Waddle are too close to be giving up Jordan Love. Because I think Jordan Love's bye week free. He's safe. I like him a lot. Adam Thielen to the moon. Thank you for telling me to buy JT and Cooper Kupp when I was 0-4. Now I'm 2-4. Goff, K9, Kamara, Kupp, Waddle, JT, Moore, Laporta, Pickens. To the moon, big dog. But I'm sorry JT hasn't pulled through yet, but Kupp has pulled through for you so far. So congrats on that nice maneuvering. And JT will get there. You're 2-4. You're on your way. This is why you don't give up. Anybody that's even 0-6 right now, don't give up. Look at this man, 2-4. So in 2 straight games, he's ready to take it to the promised land. Big dog to the moon. Nice job, my guy. $5 hauler from Johnny. 12-man PPR, 1-5. Burrow, Love, Hall, CMC, JT, Roshan, Puka, Ridley, Devontae Smith, Christian Watson, Roshan, Goddard. A couple Roshans in there. I don't know what to do. Any ideas? Trade one of your 2 Roshans. That's, you got a duplicate there. You got a glitch. Trick the system, bro. Burrow. I'm starting Burrow. I'm starting Hall, CMC, JT. Roshan is a good player to trade. Believe in Devontae Smith. Don't think about selling him low. No one's giving you value. Don't think about selling Ridley low. No one's giving you value. You could trade Puka and Roshan on the high. I suppose you could try and grab somebody that... who would even grab? Who would he even grab, guys? A.J. Brown, you got Devonta Smith. You don't necessarily want that. St. Brown, I don't think you're going to get St. Brown for Puka and Roshan. You could, but I like Puka a lot. I don't know that I'm trading Puka necessarily. I think if I'm you, I'd maybe try and get Achane somehow. Roshan and I'm waiting. I try and get Puka somehow. I'm sorry, Achane somehow. Part of me wonders if you could maybe trade Christian Watson and Puka for Achane and a player, but I'm tempted to just tell you to stand down. Sometimes standing down is the best move.
Alert. Stand down order.
And just take it into the next week, bro. Because you got a lot of guys that are going to improve in value. JT, unless you could trade JT right now for Achane and a wide receiver that we really love, or a quarterback upgrade, maybe that's what you do. Maybe Burrow to Mahomes. You know what, Johnny? The only move to make now, Burrow to Mahomes. The question is, what do you have to give up? Is Roshan enough if he's named the starter? Is Puka enough? Would I trade Puka and Burrow for Mahomes? I probably would, given how strong and deep your team is. I'd probably do that. Puka and Burrow for Mahomes and something. I think I'd do that. Not everybody would, but I fully believe Mahomes is bouncing back on a terror. Fields, Love, Bijan, Walker, St. Brown, Ridley, Laporta, Brees, Goddard, Watson. What moves? Well, Love's, you're going to have to trust in Love right now. Bijan, Walker, St. Brown, trust in Ridley, Laporta, Brees. I like this team. It's a hold for me.
Alert. Stand down order in effect.
Not just because I like the players, but you've got the combination of players that are, you're either selling St. Brown ultra high, which you could do, but I'd rather keep him. I love him. Laporta, I'd probably keep him. Brees, I think his value only goes up, and I don't know that people overpay for him. And Walker, I mean, I would explore an Achane, Devonta Smith package, and Achane and Ridley, probably more like a Ridley. I like Devonta Smith a lot, but like a Ridley or Devonta Smith with Achane would be tempting for Walker. But at the same time, Walker's got his bye week out of the way. He's playing fantastic. Make sure you get Charbonnet if he's out there on waivers. I'd probably say stand down for you.
Alert. Stand down order in effect.
I mean, that's a really good team, Joey. You did good assembling that one. Give Lockett for Higgins. I'd probably rather have Higgins, but very, very close. $20 hauler from Mason. Appreciate you with the 20 watt, bro.
Alert. Super chat alert. Alert. Super chat alert.
15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. One more for fun. 5-1 PPR running back JT, Aaron Jones, Warren, Sharps, Diggs, DJ Moore, London, Pickens, Kelsey, Kincaid, trade Diggs for Ridley, Swift. I'm going to say no. You're not asking too much. I'd rather keep Diggs. You got a good enough team there. Like who you putting on the bench? DJ Moore? Like you're just going to sit him after such big weeks? I think you're only creating havoc for yourself on the weekly by adding another piece to your decision making. I just need to sit back. Sit back.
Alert. Stand down order in effect.
You'd just be sitting there going, okay, Smitty, now who do I start this week? London or Swift? You know, like JT's on his way back. I either sit on that or you can move JT, but I'm not doing this trade. I'm not trading Diggs. Diggs is an asset for you. You're 5-1 for a reason, broski. You're 5-1 for a reason. Ricky Turbo with the 20.
Alert. Super chat alert. Alert. Super chat alert.
I'm going to go all the way up and down that way. Tires me out quicker. 4-2 will be 5-2 this week. Congrats. Do I hold JJ or trade him? JJ Brees or Swift for Bijan and Waddle? No. Bijan owners just got Ekeler. Team is Hurts, Hall, Swift, JJ or JT Achan. Would I trade? I trade JJ for Achan. Let's see here. I'm out of breath. Sorry. Bijan owner. Team is Hurts. Okay. If you have... Who's your quarterback? Like, if I could get Hurts and Achan for JJ, and I don't know who your quarterback is, but if your quarterback is... Team is Hurts, Hall, Swift, JT, Achan. Okay, you've got Hurts. Okay. Brees Hall. JJ Brees. Don't trade JJ and Brees. If you trade JJ, it's for 2 or 1 player. It's not a 2 for 2. You throw Brees in, you're making this trade even. You can't do that. It's Waddle and Achan for JJ or something. It's something like that. That's it. Achan and Swift, something like that for JJ. I would maybe do Waddle and Achan for JJ. I might. I think you got to do that, or you stand down.
Alert. Stand down order in effect.
JJ Brees or Swift for Bijan Waddle. I love the idea of getting Achan and something though, bro. Does everybody agree? Would anybody take Waddle and Achan for JJ? Can we vote on that one for Ricky? I don't necessarily think that's a home run, but that's where my mind's going. Sorry, Smitty, my last super chat is what was Garrett Wilson. God, I'm out of breath. Castillo. Higgins or Wilson. Okay, Garrett Wilson. I'm giving up Higgins. I'm not giving up Evans or Garrett Wilson in that trade. Only the Higgins trade. Yeah, thank you for clarifying. Only Higgins, bro. That's it. Past that, I'm not doing those other trades. Not the combos there. Thank you, Castillo. Appreciate you. $10 hauler from Hassan coming in strong with a 10 wad. 10 team, standard, QB Stroud Law, K9 Aaron Jones, Gibbs Spears. Was offered Tua and Pacheco for JJ. Leaning keeping JJ, honestly. Other moves. That's pretty good. Waddle, Achan side. He has Achan. Wait a minute. Did I not understand Ricky's question? Do I hold JJ or trade? JJ Brees or Swift for Bijan and Waddle? Oh. You're right. He's got Achan. My bad, Ricky. My bad, Ricky. I read it wrong. Okay. JJ, Brees, or Swift for Bijan and Waddle. I would tell him you're going to give him Javonte. You're not even going to give him Christian Watson. You'll give him Gabe Davis. You'll give him KJ Osborne. You'll give him Gabe Davis and KJ Osborne. But you want Bijan and Waddle for JJ? Or you could take Bijan straight up for JJ, I suppose. But I'm not in the business. And if you need a wide receiver really badly from this, I honestly just add something that is not Swift or higher. Or I trade JJ for Ekeler, who just had a bad game. And even if you got to make another move at that point, give me Ekeler over JJ 1,000 times over with the bye week out of the way, Ricky. That's my advice. Appreciate you. $10 holler. Guys, are we doing Tua and Pacheco for JJ? He's got T-Law and Stroud. I don't know if I love the I love Pacheco. I love Pacheco, but is there another player? I'm just curious. I think Tua and Pacheco is pretty strong, though, because JJ might not even return. Can I get a vote on this one? Tua Pacheco was offered. Tua and Pacheco. I would probably take that, I suppose. Tua's playing great, bro, and Pacheco's playing great too. JJ's not returning for at least another 4 to 5, maybe 6 more weeks. So, will you be in it at that point? What's your record? I don't know if you said, but that's a tough move not to make. Tua's playing great. $10 holler from Bryson. Appreciate you. Try and get a little bit more, I suppose. PPR 10-man league, 3-3. Burrow, Ekeler, Pollard, Breece Hall. Love the RBs. Olave, Ridley, Addison. Love the wide receivers, Bryson. I've seen this team before. You showed up before. JJ H. I remember this team very, very well. Lost Chubb this year. Any moves? This is the same thing I think you asked me earlier, right? So it's like, I don't think you need to make any moves. You're 3-3, and it's not your fault. I think I even said this, Bryson. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you're probably 3-3 because of injuries that occurred during the game. You just got a lot of points scored against you. This team can absolutely crush without moving JJ or HN. You will make the playoffs. If you don't make the playoffs, I would. Perfect storm has to hit you, and it could. But unless you're trading JJ right now for St. Brown, Cooper Kupp, and you give up something small, maybe, that's an idea. Like, let's say someone needed a quarterback really badly that also had Cooper Kupp. You trade him Stroud and JJ for Cooper Kupp. Unless you're doing something like that, I'm holding, bro, because that team is fire. And if you do get JJ and HM back, it's game over.
Alert. Stand down order in effect.
That's an absolute spectacular team. Matt, trade Pickens for Devontae Smith. And if you like winning, go get Devontae Smith. I'm telling you, that's a fantastic move. Let's see. $10 holler.
To the moon.
Appreciate your super chat, my guy. 5-1. Pollard, Henry, Hubbard, Kupp, Watson, Hollywood, Downs, Dell, Laporta. I have Anthony Richardson, Achane. Anthony Richardson's pretty much done for the year now. That got announced. I'm going to probably do a separate video on that. But Achane and Wilson on IR. Any moves? Also, Pollard, Henry, and Hubbard on buys next. What 2 running backs do I pick up and play? Pollard, Henry, and Hubbard on buys next week. What 2 running backs do I pick up and play? Love Pollard, Henry, Hubbard, Kupp, Watson, Hollywood, Downs. It's a good team. If we look at the waiver wire,
Alert.
whoops,
Super chat alert.
wrong button. If we look at the waiver wire list, I don't know what running backs are available in your league, bro. But we went through. You're gonna have to probably watch the beginning of this. I hate to pawn you off on the beginning of the show, but it's too hard to break down every one of these again. I literally go through all the RBs, so watch the beginning of the show. But Roschon obviously is, the player you want to grab no matter what, if available. But Spears is fantastic, bro. Ahmed's pretty good to grab. Hunt's solid for now. Jalen Warren got cut, and he's pretty productive. Zeke might be out there if you're very desperate, but I need to know the potential RBs that are available. Spears is on a bye, by the way. So you'd have to give me a list, my guy. But as far as this team, Pollard, I try and trade Henry on the high. I try and go get I love that you have Achane. I try and go get maybe an Aaron Jones using Henry because Aaron Jones is bye week free. That also helps you with the bye week situation. So try and trade Henry for Aaron Jones. And if you have to give up something small like Hollywood, I probably smash that, bro. I probably throw Hollywood in to get that Aaron Jones upgrade, that bye week free running back that should be back and healthy. That would be my target for you. What could I package Deebo and lock it into? Deebo's hurt right now. I don't know if people are going to buy him, man. I mean, maybe you get a Waddle. Maybe you get a Aaron Jones. Maybe you get a Swift. Doubt you get a Bijan. I would probably take AJ, JT, ETN, Achane. God, everybody I want to get Achane's got him because the whole show has him. The whole community has Achane. You just know how much that advice impacted when every team we see has Achane, practically. And it sucks that injury struck, but I think he still wins leagues. Swift is a good buy low. Aaron Jones, good buy low. Those would probably be the RBs that I would be buying. Wide receiver, Ridley. Deebo, Lockett, Ridley. Deebo, Lockett, Olave. Devontae Smith potentially. Maybe you get a little something back in that. Maybe quarterback upgrade is doable. Who is Mason? Jordan Mason, Ninja. Jordan Mason, my guy. Jordan Mason, Mitchell. Those are the two RBs in San Francisco. Go rewatch the beginning of the show, Ninja, because we break it all down and you don't want to miss what Raj said, Dr. Raj, about the Niners backfield, because I think it's a pretty relevant conversation to everybody that's about to drop a big fat wad on Mason. And I'm not saying Mason is not the guy, but there's certainly concern. All right, phone lines are open. Dial into the show. Dial into the phone line.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
The Alex Soberon phone line until somebody knocks him off. The highest super chat of October in a single live stream is $139 by Alex Soberon. And so the phone line's presented by him until somebody knocks him off the podium. Appreciate you all filing on in. Ayuk or Devontae Smith? Probably Devontae Smith, but very, very close. I mean, Ayuk's good. Mitchell was injured and practiced only one day, Mateo says, but we had Raj on, bro. He's got more information than any of us on the Niners situation, and there's a lot of Shanahan talk about how Mitchell is the backup. Like, he clarified it today, according to Raj. He did say that Mason's earned a role, and they might 50-50 split the two of them. But Mitchell has to, like, be out, I think, for him not to be a major threat. Sebastian, you got 30 seconds, broski. Oh. 813 caller. Who's this? Where are you calling from?
Hello, what's going on?
What's your name and where are you calling from?
And I'm calling from Orlando.
Okay, CJ.
So I have a...
Yeah, CJ from
Nice to meet
Orlando.
you.
Hold on, CJ. Hold on a second. Slow down, pal.
My fault.
Hold on. CJ from Orlando. Okay, let me put you here in the system. Okay, go ahead.
All right, so I got offered Jackson Smith-Njigba and Jahan Dotson for Devon Achane, and I just acquired Achane last week. Where do you think I go with this? Because I feel like I should have taken it like before the draft, obviously, a million times. But now I've seen Achane play, I just can't get over how good he looks.
Yeah, I mean, why would you? Can I ask you why you would even potentially consider this? Like, what's making you?
Just because it's a dynasty, and I'm a little bit weak on receivers.
Yeah, but man, Achane looks so good. Like, now, dynasty, in the past. Like, doesn't matter if it's the future, the past, the present. You know, I'd take him last year, even if he didn't start a game. I'd just rather have him. He's more exciting. You can't take this trade. This trade is a kick in your nuts, bro. This is one of the worst trade offers. You call this guy a friend? This guy wouldn't give you the shirt off his back.
Hey, he's the commissioner, He
Yeah.
likes to get the fleeces up.
Yeah, he wouldn't even. He'd sleep like a baby after this trade, I'm sure. No, bro. No, bro. No.
Yeah, all right. I was figuring they're underperforming and A-Chain's better, but first round grades for both of them. I figured it was worth an ask.
You send him this here. 1 hour and 34 minutes and 55 seconds into the show. This is what I have to say to your commissioner.
You are offer sex. You are trade offer sex.
Horrible offer, bro. Absolute, just disgusting. I'm almost end the show. I'm almost gonna end the show right now. I'm embarrassed for your commissioner. You know when someone does something so embarrassing, you're embarrassed for them. Like I'm embarrassed for him. It's an embarrassing trade. Show his face. All right, later, bro.
All right.
Unbelievable.
I appreciate it, Smitty.
Yeah,
Have a
yeah.
good night.
All right, later. This is a disgusting trade offer. Jeez, bro. Andres, you're live. You got 30 seconds.
What's up, Smitty? Do you have whiteboard treatment or?
30 seconds worth.
Question.
24 seconds worth.
So I have a league mate that asked me for Pacheco. He said Olave or Ayuk. I'm not sure if I can get both. What would you do for Pacheco? I have Brees Hall, Tony Pollard, and HN on IR.
I mean, I probably say Pacheco and Ayuk are very close, but I lean Pacheco. He's an RB running back. The running back climate's very bleak. But Olave, to me, is a little bit more valuable than Pacheco. So if you need a wide receiver and you're good at RB, I'd take the Olave side. But I could also say that if somebody came to me and said, hey, Smitty, I have Olave, but I'm really deep at wide receiver, the only running back I can get is Pacheco, I might say get a little more, which kind of indicates that I like Olave a little bit more. But I would do that trade, depending on what side you need. Running back, wide receiver, running back.
Yeah, I need wide receiver. I have Garrett Wilson and Calvin Ridley, and I'm waiting for Calvin Ridley to, boom. Unfortunately, Garrett Wilson, we know Garrett Wilson could have had a better season, but unfortunately, I do need a wide receiver one of some sort.
Well, Garrett Wilson looked really good, bro, last week.
He did, but I just,
I know
have other league mates that have wide receiver ones that are dropping 30 points, 40 points. I tried to reach for A.J. Brown with Tony Pollard, and both my trades got declined. I did Tony Pollard and Garrett Wilson for A.J. Brown and Aaron Jones, hurt Aaron Jones. So
Aaron Jones will be fine. I still go after him. Ekeler's pretty easy to get, probably coming off of this game. I would venture to say, but I think you shouldn't be benching. You shouldn't be benching Garrett Wilson though. Like I don't know if you're sending him to the bench. If that PI,
no, he's been starting every week. He's
okay,
been starting every week.
Yeah, because
sure.
he would have had well over 100 yards had there not been a penalty on that one play. He would have been well over 100 yards in that game. And honestly, like I know this is crazy, and this is what I love about. And I've said this before the last 2 or 3 streams in a row. So I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself, guys. But my favorite part about my job is not necessarily the in season, and I know that sounds really awful to like hear. Like Smitty's not having as much fun right now. It's not that. Like my fun level of my job and what I do is a 9 out of 10 right now. Like I don't think very many people feel a 9 out of 10 when they're at work. So I'm very, very appreciative. But I'm at 10 out of 10 from January to August because I just love the buzz. I love the unknowns. I love the rumors. I love projecting and predicting who's going to land where, free agency, the draft, scouting. And I get a little bit of that feeling right now with the Aaron Rodgers situation. Like, I know people are going to be quick to be like, he's not coming back and just be the negative, Debbie Downer, the negative Noah. But, like, Aaron Rodgers there's a scenario where this guy tries. I'm not saying he doesn't fail and rip his, brand new repaired Achilles tendon right off of his leg going out there and trying this. But guys, he's out there walking around throwing footballs. He's literally like months away from, in terms of what he's doing right now, from doing a little jogging and throwing the football, and then it's maybe a month away from doing that based on what he's doing right this very second, because normally it's so much. And the other thing too is he's not going to scramble. Like, look at Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow very rarely runs. It's not great. Like, this is the rumor situation, the stuff that I get so excited about talking about, even though a lot of people are going to get upset about it. There's still a world where I don't like, if the Jets stay afloat, I don't know when Aaron Rodgers might try this. I really don't. I'm truly being honest with you. I don't think he'd be out there a little premature right now if he wasn't trying to come back this year. I know that's going to make a lot of the negative, very pessimistic people say he's not coming back. He can't come back. He's never been done it. And no one's going to tell you that it can't be done from a running back perspective more than I. But from a quarterback perspective, I don't know. It's too weird. So anybody that's got Garrett Wilson, I'm sorry I'm going off on a tangent here, but anybody that's got Garrett Wilson, there's a little bit of weird excitement right now about what happens if this Jets team is staying afloat. They get above 500 after the bye week, and then they go a couple more weeks, and then Aaron Rodgers tries to come back in week 10. I don't know. It's not out of the realm of possibility. He shouldn't be walking right now. I don't know who was in the locker room that said, hey, stop me. He's like, get out of my way. Does anybody know who that one guy was in that video? I don't know if that was like his brother.
I didn't see that video, but I definitely saw the video of him throwing the ball like on the field.
So,
and doing a full, full motion of walking and kind of throwing the ball. Maybe not like full sprint, but I see your point in Joe Burrow, like just staying in the pocket and still throwing the ball.
Yeah, and I don't mind. It's your boy's gonna have a different perspective, and I'm not mad at anybody that shares this, but this is what I'm talking about. Where we're gonna get this comment, like, why are we talking about guys out for the season? Like, you're the pessimistic Peter in this situation. It's your boy. I'm clearly outlining what we're talking about here, that he might not be out for the season. It's your boy. Doesn't matter what you know about Achilles tears. Doesn't matter what I know about Achilles tears. This man's throwing passes and walking around months before he should be. No crutches. Months before he should be. Literally, at this moment in time, he's like what would be equivalent to like a month or a month and a half of going out there and doing some light work. But from a quarterback perspective, who knows? He might put it all on the line. He might wear some sort of protective like shoe boot that allows him not to tear it. And maybe he's dragging the leg around. But let me ask you a question. Would you rather have this guy in a ski boot, an actual ski boot, throwing the football to Garrett Wilson, or Zach Wilson?
I would prefer, if you're asking me personally, I would prefer Aaron Rodgers, because
so who
would be way better for the scenario.
So who's to say he's not going to have some absolute, spaceman like boot on that doesn't allow his Achilles to be even like pressure, like he's not going to be flexing his ankle or anything, and he could go out there with a ski boot and one ski on. And snap the ball under center, and he's going to be throwing better passes than little Garrett Wilson. I can tell you that right now.
On top of that, I think the question that I could ask you, Smitty, is like, is he not experienced enough to also throw the ball away instead of having a fucking
quick release,
move out of the pocket,
quick release,
or you know what I'm saying, make those experienced plays.
Yeah, I just can't wait that if he does do it, what all the naysayers, and it's your boy. I don't want you to feel bad because I called you out on it, but I was specifically waiting for the person that was going to come in, even though I clearly outlined what we're talking about, that I think it is possible that something unknown or crazy happens with this guy. This is Aaron Rodgers. This is the unorthodox Aaron Rodgers. And anybody that thinks there's a certain timeline, with Aaron Rodgers, there's not. This is not RB. I said Akers would never return to top 10 running back form, and I was correct. No running back has ever returned to top 10 running back form or become a top 10 running back after an Achilles tear. No one ever in the history of the NFL. This is not a running back. This is a quarterback that doesn't even run. And so, like,
Yep.
in a sense, if you could make the foot immobile, but he practiced, and this is Aaron Rodgers, maybe he goes out there in like 4 weeks and tries something crazy. I know some of you pessimistic Peters don't think it's possible, and I'm not saying it's likely. I'm just saying, I don't know. This is one of the most exciting topics we've had in a while, and no one else seems to share my enthusiasm. I'm just giddy about it.
I would have to agree, and I think I could share that enthusiasm with that, because after I saw the video on Twitter, I was like, man, this is kind of crazy to see in like the timeline of an Achilles injury. But I think I can speak for the people that are like OGs in your community, that we share this enthusiasm with you, or that we appreciate you that much more for
thank you.
Talking about those certain things and having the buzz in those certain things, or just even having the mindset and talking about having a topic on those type of things.
Just keep in mind that, again, he doesn't have to run. Like, so everyone needs to understand that.
He's not a mobile.
No one suggesting, did AP have an Achilles or an ACL? An ACL, Slim. He had an ACL. A lot of people make that mistake when I say no running back has ever returned to top 10 running back form after tearing an Achilles. Somebody always says, Adrian Peterson did it. That's an ACL. ACLs are completely different. Achilles are down by the heel, the calf, where the calf meets the heel. The ACL is in the middle of your kneecap, or behind your kneecap in the middle of your knee, next to the PCL. They cross each other. They keep that knee tight. You can definitely tear your ACL and look at Breece Hall. Breece Hall is 8 feet tall. All right, hey, got to go, Andres. I got a ton of people on the phone lines. Appreciate you calling tomorrow.
Yes,
Later,
sir.
pal.
Appreciate you.
We got to get back to 30 seconds. Ninja, you got 30, and that's it.
What's good, yo? So I have Fields, Allen, Lockard, Johnson, Gibbs, Waller, Davis, and
I can't write all that
Wilson
down.
and Fields. I'm 0-6. Any moves you think I should try to do?
I didn't hear all that, bro. I mean, you got 30 seconds. We can't really do a whole roster breakdown. Try it one more time, Ninja.
I'll just give you like the good ones. So I have like Allen, Lockett, Wilson, Gibbs, Johnson, and Waller, and I'm 0-6. Anything nice? Any like move?
Who? Johnson? Who?
Roshan Johnson.
Those are your best players?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean that the way it came out.
No. I know what you mean. Yeah. I'm 0-6, and so like, and I had Nick Chubb in the beginning, so I lost him. So.
We got a special running on. A special run using code Smitty on Underdog Fantasy. Promo code Smitty. They'll double your first deposit up to $500, and you can start over at any moment, bro. Just letting you know, you can play week 7 only. You can play week 8 only. So if you feel lost, I want you to stroll on over there and use that promo code Smitty. Link in the description. Link pinned in the live chat. And we may drop I don't know if we'll drop we might do at least 1 or 2 drafts at the end of the show for week 7. So I want you guys all to join me in that. So sign up now. Get ready. They'll double your first deposit up to $500 for a limited time. It's normally $100, and I want you guys to do this now so you can join me in the draft in just a few minutes. So let's go over this one more time. You deserve a little extra, care and treatment here. Josh Allen, Roshan, Lockett, Garrett Wilson, and Gibbs.
Yes.
And who else?
Gabriel, Gibbs, Darren Waller, Gabriel Davis, and Garrett Wilson.
Look, part of this is on me because there's Gibbs right here, so I'm going to take some accountability on that one. But what else happened here?
I don't know. I maybe it was really just the quarterback, because I had AR5, and then once I had AR5, I had Fields on the bench, and he popped off. Then once I had Fields, he didn't do too good, and then just maybe all my opponents, they've just been like kind of outscoring me.
No, but like what happened to someone had to have gotten hurt, like Chubb or something?
Yeah, I had Chubb. So
okay.
I had Chubb, and then I was kind of struggling with like a second running back.
Okay.
I was just
that makes a little more sense. I just figured something happened, like a tornado or a hurricane came in and ripped your team apart or something, because there's no way that Little Bicycle didn't pick one of these up and take them to Oz, because, goodness gracious, bro. I would say,
Yeah.
I hate to tell you this, bro, but I don't know that sometimes a doctor can't fix an injury and they just send you home and say, be comfortable.
Yeah. just
Because,
write it out.
I mean, I don't know.
I mean, because I don't, because like, I mean, I'm running with. I mean, I just
I don't know
saw
how to
that
fix this.
mainly I was just kind of struggling with
I don't know how-
quarterback, and then like Garrett Wilson. I mean,
Yeah.
I have Keenan Allen, but
I can't fix this.
like it's just all my opponents. They just always like I lost today by like 2.5 points.
I don't admit defeat very often, but I feel very defeated right now. I don't think I can fix this. I'm just being honest with you, bro. I probably you're being a good sport too. I'm sorry if my bedside manner. I need to work on it. Like, can you take Allen and turn him into 2 players? Is my only thought, bro. Maybe what's your record? Negative
0-6.
0-6, man. Yeah, I mean you gotta go on a tear on top of that. I'd probably say if you could trade Allen into like, let's say you take a big gamble, bro. You go to the Love owner and you say, I'm going to bank on Jordan Love, and you get Achane and Ridley from him or something. And like, even then, I don't know how you're going to get wins though. I'm saying like one baby step at a time. I don't even think you could do this. I don't think it's even possible. I can't even think of a, because if you go after an Achane, you can't wait on it. I mean, okay, so Josh Allen for like Love and you're gonna have to hit like a home. Who's your other quarterback? You said, did you have Love?
No,
Fields.
I have Justin Fields and Gardner Minshew.
Okay.
I just got, yeah.
Oh, bro.
Yeah,
bro.
no,
Okay,
I
so
have
here's the only way out of this. This is the only way out. I'm telling you, there's no way to fix this. You have to bank on Fields. You have to hope you win with another quarterback this week. Okay, whichever quarterback you're choosing, you got to hit. So you got to win this week with Fields out, assuming Fields is out. You got to trade Josh Allen for 2 players. So you need a Devontae Smith, a Ridley, or Lamb's off the table. He was available. Deebo and some sort of RB that's doubted. So like Aaron Jones and Ridley or something like that, and then bank on Fields and somehow win without Fields this week. That's it, bro. This is like, I don't know if you've seen Gran Turismo, the new movie. I'm watching that right now. Like, you need... Oh, bro. I feel bad. I'm not laughing at the team. I'm trying my hardest to fix this.
No, yeah. No, I mean, I don't. I mean, it's just like at this point, it's just like I'm working like the defenses. I'm just running. I'm kind of just looking forward to like.
And bro,
but like
part of it.
I'm still not getting.
Part of it's on me. Part of it's on me. Yeah. How many teams are in this league?
12. It's 12.
Okay.
Half PPR.
See, he's an honest guy too. He could say 16 just to come in here, and he's an honest dude. I would say, bro, you need to do more than one league each year. Do you have more than one league?
Yeah. This is
good.
Yeah, I'm in 3. I'm in.
Good.
I'm in a 2. I'm in a super flex and then like an IDP league.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, bro. I feel like a failure right now.
This is my first time.
This is the first
time in this league this year.
This is the first diagnosis that I've given a bleak outcome and said we can't fix this. I think the only shot is you bank on Fields. You win this week without Fields. You hopefully he plays, but he probably won't. You're banking on Fields. Go forward. You trade Jordan Love. I'm sorry, you trade Josh Allen, but you have to get like a doubted Aaron Jones. Ekeler would do if you could some way get Ekeler. I don't know, bro. That's the only way you can do this. Aaron Jones and Devontae Smith. Aaron Jones and Ridley. Aaron Jones and Olave. It's got to be something like that. But hey, I got to run for now. Ninja, call him tomorrow. We'll try and work on it more tomorrow.
Perfect. All right. Have a good night.
Ninja to the moon. Ninja, I appreciate you being a good sport later. All right, I got to get back to 30 seconds. Sebastian, 30. God, I feel like I failed him.
Hey, Smitty, I'm still 4, and I'm lost. I have 3 running backs that fall in the top 12. I have Josh Allen, AJ Brown, and Garrett Wilson, and I'm 2 and 4.
I can't really hear you, bro. Can you let's start over one more time? I don't really know what you're saying. Try it one more time. It sounds like you're in a submarine.
Can you hear me now?
A little bit. Let's try it again.
Okay. I have 3 running backs that fall in the top 12. A.J. Brown, Garrett Wilson, and Josh Allen. And I'm 2 and 4. What do I do?
You have 3 running backs that fall in the top 12, and then you just started reading off wide receivers and quarterbacks.
And then,
okay.
Yeah, and I have A.J. Brown, Garrett Wilson, and Josh Allen.
Okay.
And I'm 2 and 4. What do I do?
Who are your running backs? Let's start there.
Brees, Moss, and Monty, with Roshan coming off IR.
I mean, these are all very important things because now I was picturing your running backs looking like monsters, and now I'm a little bit more worried about them. You got Moss, Brees Hall, and Monty. Okay, so like, your running back situation is not looking that good actually, because Monty's injured, but you do have Roshan, right?
And Spears after Roshan.
This one's tough too. I almost think you gotta potentially. The problem is like Monty's he's hard to sell injured. AJ Brown you could potentially divide and conquer into 2 players. Who's the HN owner got at wide receiver?
Give me 1 second. Let me go look at that.
Yeah, because if he's got like a Devontae Smith, then I'm all about trading AJ Brown and Zach Moss for like HN and Devontae Smith and rolling the dice that direction. That would be something. I tend to lean that way with a lot of Aaron Jones and a Dowd wide receiver for AJ B and Moss.
Mike Evans and Jalen Waddle.
That might be
HN
perfect,
owner.
bro. You guys like AJ B and Moss for HN and Waddle or Evans and HN? Can I get a vote in the chat on that? That might be the way to go. Of course, I would try to do AJB solo and then trade Moss additionally for something else like a Christian Watson or something like that. You make 2 moves like that and you're back, in the thick of it. But
Yeah, I mean, even then, like, I know it's questionable going forward, but even up to this point, to be 2 and 4 with the performances these guys had it's just aggravating,
Waddle and HN all on Miami. Probably can get all 3, HN and Waddle. I mean, that's a good point. Maybe you try AJB Moss for Waddle, Evans, and HN. Try it.
Waddle, Evans, AJ, yeah.
If he says
AJ Brown is playing like a top 6.
I mean, he is. I
wide
mean,
receiver
why
right
not reach for the sky? But I like the HN Waddle idea for AJB. Maybe straight up and you keep Moss. Then you trade Moss for Christian Watson. But that's a good little move for you. I think at the end of the day, puts you in a good position. But what's your record?
Some 2 and 4.
2 and 4. Any other wide receiver you could throw in to make that a little bit more?
JSN upside.
He's not going to see it that way.
Sutton maybe, but
Yeah.
then it goes to Garrett Wilson.
I mean, probably throw Sutton in. Any RBs you could throw in? Does he need a quarterback? Do you have a backup quarterback? Can you throw in a quarterback?
Spears is my 5, and I don't have a backup quarterback. It's going to be Roshan Spears on my bench. And
who are his RBs? Who does he have at RB?
Monty, Breeze.
No, you got Monty.
Roshan.
You got Monty and Breeze.
Moss.
No, who's he got?
Mm-hmm.
Who's he got?
Oh, okay. Let me. Kamara, Mostert.
Ooh, go all Miami, bro. Monty for Mostert. Throw that in. I don't know.
So 1 for 1.
I mean, throw that into the deal. AJB, Moss, and Monty for Mostert, HN, Waddle, and Evans. I don't know. That'd be crazy.
Just throw Hail Mary. Yeah.
I don't know. And even if he took out one, maybe that's still worth it. Would you guys take if he took Evans out and said it's Achane, Waddle, and Mostert for Monty, who's injured, AJB and Moss? I'd probably rather have the other side still, even if he didn't give you Mike Evans. I'd want Mike Evans badly. That would be a difference between you having a championship caliber team and having a team that could maybe skate by and win it all, but one game at a time.
I mean, I love Waddle, and I have a really high risk tolerance too, so it's not even a move I would mind making.
Yeah. All right, bro. Appreciate you. Tell us what happens, all right?
I appreciate it.
All right. Later. Okay. That was Sebastian. I got to get back to 30 seconds. Draven, you got 30. Draven, you got 20.
Smitty,
You got 27.
I just got another question. I have Jared Goff as my quarterback. Well, you can see my team. I sent a super chat, Big Dog, but I want to try to upgrade him. Can you help me put like a package together to try to get a top quarterback?
What's your name, Big Dog?
Yeah, Big Dog Draven.
Okay, Big Dog Draven.
Thielen to the moon.
Big bad dog. Adam Thielen to the. Okay, thank you for telling me to buy. Oh, this is that question. Let's see.
Yeah.
Draven. Okay, so you want to know what you could do for using Goff?
Well, I want to get Jalen Hurts, and he wants like a 2-for-1 type of deal. So I was gonna see, should I stick with Goff since like AR's 5 is down, or should I do like Pickens and Goff for Jalen Hurts?
If you like winning,
What would you do?
winning, I'd trade Pickens and Goff. I don't think he's gonna do that unless you tie him up and use face recognition on his phone, send yourself the offer, accept it. And, I mean, you could do that. I don't know that I advise that, but if you had to throw in, let's say, who could you pick up off waivers? Hold on. At tight end, if you traded Laporta to him.
Oh, okay. So I got a Dre win right now for Dalton Schultz.
Okay. I would be tempted to say Goff and Laporta for Hurts. I really would. I know Laporta's fire, and I love him, but he is a rookie. There is a rookie wall that's going to hit every rookie that's being overutilized. I'm just saying Hurts is a big enough baller. And Goff's playing good, but Schultz and Hurts over Goff and Laporta all day long. Go get him, Big Dog. Go get him.
All right, I'll try. I appreciate it, Smith.
Go,
Thank
go.
you, man.
Hey, Draven, go get our boy. Bring him home. Bring home Jalen Hurts.
You got it.
Appreciate you, Draven.
Finish him. Call terminated.
Theo from Illinois, you're live.
All right, Smitty. I'm just going to read you my team, and I want to see if you would hold. I have Tua, ETN, Pollard, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Stephon Diggs, Sam Laporta, Addison, Breece Hall.
Come on, bro. This is like coming in counting $100 bill
in my league.
Yeah, bro. You want a pat on the back? Great job. Your team. You playing with 4 grandmas and your Uncle Buck in a
It's a $500 league.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You're playing with corpses in that league. That's a phenomenal team.
It's my second year of doing fantasy, so.
Well, I mean, you're doing a good job.
All right.
I mean,
Thanks,
I'm more so patting you on the back with my sternness, my guy. I'm proud of you for drafting that team, but like, you don't need any advice on that team. That team's going to the moon.
Right.
Are there?
I just keep sending trade offers, so I'm just like wondering if I should just hold.
I mean, if you're not, it's let me tell you. How many people are in that league? 8 or 10?
12.
Let me just answer honestly. I can tell if you're lying. I can hear the inflection in your voice.
12.
Okay.
I swear to
No. I'm not calling you a liar on that. Is this a league where you send an offer and no one even responds? It sits up there for a month and a half, 2 months. It's got to be that kind of league, right? I know it's a big buy-in. Come on.
It's a league where I can contact the people who I'm playing with. It's all my buddies. They just don't know fantasy very well.
Well, I'm trying to get okay.
It's because I watch you, Smitty.
Yeah. Well, hey, look at this guy. Look at this guy milking that. I love it. That's how you get more time, bro. That's how you get more time. Excellent play. Well done. Well done. I took the timer off the screen. You got my undivided attention now. But here's what I'll tell you. You just told me everything I need to know. I went to school for psychology for a reason, for this moment right here and right now, broski. Everything comes down to this moment. Okay? You just gave me all the info I needed. These guys don't know a lot about fantasy. Okay? You know what you do now? Ekeler's garbage.
Yeah.
Ekeler came back and looked like dog water. He's cheeks, bro.
That's exactly what I'm trying to do.
Go do it. Do it live. Come back when you got it done. Later.
All right, thanks.
All right. Jay, you're live. 30 seconds, bro.
What's up, Smitty? I got 2 starter sits for you. So first one is, should I start Purdy or T-Law? And next is, should I start Gibbs, assuming he's playing, or Roshan, assuming he's playing?
You know, we're getting a lot of this Gibbs-Roshan question because most of the Fantasy Football Show members have both these guys. So it's very, very common question. We have no answer, absolute no answer right now. None, zero, as to what to do in the Gibbs-Roshan situation until the news breaks. Roshan's cleared. He's going to start. Gibbs is cleared. He's going to start. We might get screwed on both of them the way that this season's going. I'm going T-Law is probably not going to play. Even if he did play, he's injured. Purdy, assuming CMC plays, Purdy's the lock slam dunk. If Purdy doesn't have CMC playing and T-Law is playing, we got to reassess this. Okay? So the only scenario where you and I need to have another conversation is if CMC's not playing and T-Law is. Other than that, it's Purdy, and T-Law might not even play anyway, and you have no other option. This one right here, we are dependent on the news and the news alone. There's no way to give you good advice on this Gibbs-Roshan until we have the news break tomorrow, the next day, whatever.
All right, that makes sense. I'll follow up with you.
Yeah,
appreciate
all right.
it.
Jay, appreciate you. Redwood, 30.
Hey, what's up, Snake?
What's up, Wood?
So my question. Well, first of all, I want to tell you that I got my first L today, and I want to share some of my pain with you. So I had Allen, right? That was my last player. I needed 19.2. I got 18 points from him. That last catch that they called that PI on lost me the whole week.
Yeah.
I mean, not PI. The offside.
I'm sorry to hear that, bro.
Yeah, it was brutal. But anyway, my question was, so I have Ford. I was thinking about picking up either Mason or Hunt. Which one would you go for? Because I thought that Hunt would be a good handcuff to have. But
so I definitely
Mason has more value.
Rewatch the beginning of the show. If clearly you missed it. We talk about. I have my boy Raj from RSF 49ers, the biggest team page on Instagram by far. There's no bigger team page for a team than RSF 49ers, my boy Raj. And he's dialed in pretty good. And I asked him to take off his bedside manner hat and his, let's pump up the Niners and, up talk everything. I said, think about this logically. He's a doctor. He's a physical therapist. He knows a lot about injuries and stuff too. And we always kick around injury stuff. And I said, what are the odds that Christian McCaffrey plays? He says about 60 to 70% based on everything we know, and we don't know the MRI results. But he did go back into the game. He did take a carry. He then said no, and he exited the game, but he did go in. Now, maybe him playing that one carry put him in a position that was worse off than him going back into the game. So that part's, hard to know. Kind of like you get a neck brace, they do an x-ray, and then you do something in the hospital bed and hurt your neck even more, and they just go off of the last x-ray. They have no idea you injured it even more. So it's tough to say, like, did he go, like, going into the game made it feel like this can't be that bad, but did he hurt it really badly, and now there is some kind of damage that's going to make the team keep him out of the game? So Mason's not necessarily the best pickup because Christian McCaffrey may play. Even if McCaffrey doesn't play, Shanahan talked today, and Raj talked about this, about how Mitchell is the backup. And Mitchell is, on the field. He's potentially healthy enough to play, but we don't know how much. This could be a sharing situation for Mason and Mitchell more than people want to believe. Then again, Mitchell's very injury prone. They could scratch him, or they could say Mitchell's not healthy and not tell anybody. And so we really don't know. So bottom line is the Niners situation is touch and go. And I think we just need to wait till tomorrow. And most waivers don't process till tomorrow evening, so you have time to kind of react accordingly. But I don't know that Mason's this lock that everybody wants him to be. And even if he is, let's say he's great this week. Let's say Mitchell's banged up, suffers a setback, whatever, and CMC's ruled out. That is one game. If you need one game, Mason's pretty darn good. And Mason will get work no matter what, so he's pretty solid.
Right.
Yeah.
But, I mean, as far as, like, rest of the season, though, do you think it's more valuable to handcuff Hunt in case something happens to one of them?
Probably more valuable to have Hunt, I suppose, but Roschon's much more valuable. Spears is much more valuable than Mason.
Yeah, both of those guys are.
Roschon could be way more valuable than all of them because he might hold on to the job. But, yeah. All right, bro. Appreciate you. Call in tomorrow.
All right. All right. See you soon.
All right. Young, you got 30.
How's it going, Smitty?
What's up?
Appreciate the content, man.
Yeah, buddy.
I just wanted to ask you, off season's also one of my favorite times of fantasy, and I was wondering who is like coming into the NFL next year. Who's your top quarterback?
Yeah, I'm saving that.
back?
I'm saving that. I don't like to do this before December-ish or January because I don't want to get. I want to wait. I want to wait till I have everything on. I do a bunch of video sessions during the year, and then at the end of the year, and I just make it a point to not discuss too much of the rookies until January 1. And not to mention it's an exciting launch date for it, but it's not something that's going to do anybody any good right now, so I'm going to hold off on the content. But there's a lot of upside in this draft, and just to clear things up for anybody that thinks I'm going to be scared off by this Atlanta Falcons situation for the RBs or Marvin Harrison Jr. or whatever. The only difference between next year and this year is factoring in a little bit more of the coaching and situational red flag risk, but that's it. I'm like Brett Favre. I could go out and throw an INT. Let's say Arthur Smith screws us all year long on Bijan. I'm not scared one single bit to go out there and throw another Hail Mary pass. I'm not. I don't worry about things like that. Other people do. I don't. We're going to hit some. We're going to miss some. We're going to have a Clyde Edwards-Helaire. That was one miss I had, and the whole industry missed on him. It wasn't just me. But I'm going to have a Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and then we're going to come back and hit an absolute smash home run. We'll have those occasional players. I'm not scared of going and throwing big. But we will be factoring in risk in a different way this year that I feel like maybe, I don't want to say we missed on. It's just a new way of thinking to make sure we're protecting ourselves on the evolving NFL. And the NFL is evolving. The NFL is evolving into a multiple running back system, and there's always going to be workhorses, but you need to identify properly. And look, Arthur Smith appeared to be the right situation and coach for Bijan too, because the way they ran the ball last year, how much work Algier got, it is still shocking, and I don't know that it was as easy to see coming that Arthur Smith would have done this in the way he's doing it. Now, there's still a lot of time. Keep in mind, guys, we literally have had just 6 games played. There's so much football left, a lot of football left. And like I said earlier, Bijan Robinson could not get fully unlocked until week number 9. We're going into week 7, 8, 9. When's the bye week for Atlanta? I don't know. Let me see. I just want to be accurate when I say this. I don't want to be talking about week 9 and what's the bye week for Atlanta? Bijan Robinson. Someone's going to find
Week
it.
11.
Yeah, so I don't want to say week 12. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, that's 7 weeks. I don't want to go there, but let's say week 9. Week 9, 10, they go on a bye, and he's had 2 terrorizing games to defenses. He literally could go into week 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. That is 8 games, and he could be running back 3 or 4 on the year, including the slow start, just off of a holy terror that he goes on. So I just want to make that abundantly clear. No way, shape, or form am I saying that Bijan's a bust yet at all. At all. There's so much.
He's still number 8.
Yeah.
Number 8 too.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
Doing terrible.
Right. So I just want people to understand he could still be like 2. He could be running back 2 by the end of it all. But I just want everyone to know that there will be a certain amount of risk assessment that I'm taking into next year that I just kind of haven't felt like has been needed, because talent usually rises to the top. But this evolving NFL at the running back position, we're seeing some things not rise to the top that logically should, and we just got to account for it. It's just hard to tell sometimes with the coach because, like I said, Arthur Smith, Algier was fed. He was fed. They fed him a ton last year. Algier was looking smooth. They fed him down the stretch. I'm hoping they do that with Bijan. This is very perplexing, and it's very confusing because it just didn't have that vibe. As good as Algier was, it didn't matter. Bijan was so much better. There was no sign really that this was going to be a split backfield, and I don't know that it's going to stay that way, but it also could be Arthur Smith's grand scheme and plan to say, hey, I'm going to unlock him. I don't want him to hit a wall. This guy does know running systems and schemes and running backs, even though it feels like he's in his own world right now with it. He's not great with throwing to his tight end. He's not good deciding on what quarterback to use. He's not good in trusting certain personnel at the quarterback position and other positions. He does know how to run the ball. He does know how to design good run schemes. Maybe he does have a plan to say, hey, I just don't want him hitting a rookie wall, and I'm going to unlock him and unleash him. I'm hoping that's what it is. I really am. Not to mention, if Bijan takes matters into his own hands and he starts ripping off touchdown runs, I can guarantee you that the temptation to put Algier in will start to diminish more and more. So we're waiting on that. But anyway, I don't know why I got off on that tangent. Who was asking? Young, what were you saying?
We were just talking about, the rookies coming into the league next year, and you had said that you don't like to talk about it. I was just curious, man, but it's all good, fair enough, no worries. Hey, what's a good show right now that you're watching? I'm looking for a good show. I know you watch a lot of good shows.
Silo on Apple TV, and they have a free 7-day trial. Apple TV is like the Netflix version for Apple. It's called Apple TV. I think you can get Apple TV on Roku. You don't have to have an Apple TV box. You can actually get on Roku, download Apple, and it's $7.99 a month, but they have a free trial. Silo, fantastic show. I would recommend that. Silo, Silo. It's great.
Okay,
it just starts off the very beginning of it. I'm not ruining anything. Starts off to where this, like the civilization's in this silo, this huge, 100-story underground silo, and they don't know why they're there. It's been generations of people, and they have no idea why they live in it, and they can't go outside. It's unbelievable. It's a great show.
Damn.
All right.
That sounds wild. Yeah, I'll check it out, man.
All right.
All right, Smitty, appreciate you, bro.
Later. Bill the Tickler. What's up, my guy? Hello, Bill. Bill?
Hello.
What's up, Bill Tickler?
Hey, Smitty, how are you?
What's going on, Bill?
Hey, Smitty, thanks. I got what I got. 19 seconds left.
Oh,
I appreciate your.
I'll give you a
appreciate
little more
your
time.
Show. I appreciate the following. Appreciate the community. smash that like button. And Smitty, I hope you come back to Vegas in this football season so you can hang with me on a Sunday morning at 9 a.m.
Okay, Bill. Are you still at the restaurant, Bill?
No, I'm not.
What happened? For anybody that doesn't remember, Bill said, Smitty, when you come out to Vegas, remember I went out to Vegas, I live streamed the Scott Fishbowl draft, had a blast out there. Circa Sports took care of me. They're going to do that again, and we might do a Smitty bash in August or July, a Smitty draft. It would be called the Smitty Ball. And I think in order to get in, I don't know how we're going to do this because they're probably got some sort of like, I don't know, they'll probably say they have a problem with canes going into the pool area, but well, in order to get in, you got to bring a cane. You got to bring a cane. Everyone's going to be walking around with canes, baby, and it's going to be called the Smitty Ball. And anyways, we're hoping to do that. I'm working with Circa on that. Hopefully they can get us in. But anyways, I went out there, streamed. They took care of me. And Bill the Tickler said, come to my restaurant, Smitty. I'm going to feed you. This man fed me I don't know, what was it, a $70 steak on one plate and a $120 steak on another. Absolutely took care of me like a monster. Appreciated this man. And then I found out weeks later he was suspended from the workplace. What happened, Bill? I thought you got reinstated. You're the best server I've ever had. What went down?
I did get reinstated, and then 2 nights ago, Saturday night, I was fired.
I'm sorry to hear that, but why?
The manager talked me into a way, and I talked to him back in the same way, but he said,
Bill,
since he was the manager, he was right and I was wrong. So,
Bill, you got in an argument to begin with to get in the mess to getting suspended, and then you got reinstated, and then you got in another argument with him.
I did,
Bill.
And I've made mistakes, and I always came back and apologized. And when I'm okay with it, I don't. And
I'm sorry,
Bill.
Bill.
The people there I miss, just like this community and the Smitty Fantasy Football Show.
I'm sorry to hear that, Bill.
Smash that like button, please.
Bill,
I'm not always right, but I'm comfortable. I'm not always wrong.
Hey,
Sorry.
can everybody throw up
past by 30 seconds, Smitty. I should hang up.
Hey,
and you talk.
Hold on, Bill, how's the job hunt going?
Well, it was 2 days ago, so
You're taking a little break.
Since first of all, it was 2 days ago. First of all, I'm closing out my fantasy night, and I won both my leagues. I won because Smitty, I appreciate you checking on me as my profession, but your profession, I'm doing well in my leagues.
Good.
And one of my leagues is the restaurant league, and the boss who fired me, I beat him last week.
You're still in the league. That sucks. You got to play in the league. He fired you, and you still play in the league. That's God.
It doesn't suck when you're
winning,
ruling the league. I mean,
yeah, that's true. That's true.
I mean, Smitty, I got to take what I take.
Yeah. All right. Hey, Bill, I wish you good luck on the job front. And
hey, Smitty, thumbs up. A couple weeks, thumbs up. 23,000 followers. This is the channel. Whether you win or lose, this is the channel. And please, everybody, please enjoy, and please realize what is in front of you for this.
Yeah.
For this channel.
All right. Thank you,
Smitty,
Bill.
Thank you,
Bill. Appreciate you. I do remember when Bill. The reason I asked how the job hunt was going, I guess, is I knew the answer is. I remember when Bill was going to get reinstated, but he delayed it. So I think so he could watch football or something. So Bill, we got to get you back into a steakhouse somewhere. Bill was a great steakhouse server, one of the best I've ever had. Amy with the $10 hauler, appreciate you. Let me get to these super chats. I've got a bunch of them all piling up here. $10 hauler gets a moonshot. Thank you so much for the 10 spot. Poor Bill. Let's put this one over here. I'm sorry. 10 team, 3-3 injuries and bye. Tua, Law, Collins, Monty, Kyron. Man, that Kyron injury sucks. He's playing so good right now. Pickens, Dell, Downs, Gibbs, Roschon, Barkley. Yeah, I mean, maybe somehow, some way, hit that like button. There's 430 of you in here, and only, how many thumbs up? 181? We can do better than that. I guess I can remove these bye weeks here because I got them twice. I think Deontay and London are on waivers. I'm picking up London for sure. Probably for Palmer. I know Palmer's decent, but London's better. So I'm picking up London over Palmer. As far as this quarterback situation, Miami, you're going to go with Tua at QB. That's perfect. Monty is injured. Kyron is injured. Roschon, hopefully Roschon and Gibbs step up. They should start for you. Good job starting Kyron. I remember your question, Amy. I don't remember a lot, to be honest, because so many things come through. But I do remember you debating on whether to maybe play Kyron or not. And you played him, and you probably won your week, I imagine, right? You had to have won your week. You had a monster day. But this is a good team. I mean, Barkley, Gibbs, Roschon, you still got a lot going on here. There's still a lot of offense and some RBs that you got. So Laporta, fantastic, you know. Let's see who your wide receivers. Look, Thielen's playing great. I still been tempted to trade Thielen. I really am. I you know, Ridley's and Devontae Smith's. I know everybody's gonna say I'm crazy because Thielen's doing great, but I'm going after that. Past that, I mean, you're sitting on this waivers or anyone. I guess I would make sure Jameson Williams isn't out there. But then again, like, it's such a small bench, I don't know who you would drop. Like Dell, I don't think I'd drop Dell. Pickens, Thielen, like it's a good team. If T-Law is ruled out and you could put T-Law on IR, you might want to monitor that. Maybe you could pick up a Jameson Williams on top of this. But you got enough firepower here. And Pickens is coming off a bye week. You can throw him in your lineup. Dell should be... Oh, he's on a bye week. Dell's on a bye week. Thielen's on a bye. Oh, crap. Yeah, and London's not. So go get London. If not, Jameson Williams. But London and Thielen are your two wide receivers in Pickens. Or not Thielen. Thielen's on a bye. Pickens, London, and if you have to start 3 wide receivers, what in the hell do you do? If Kyron can be put on IR, then you can pick up another wide receiver. That's probably what I'd do. But London, go grab London. London could be your savior this week. He is inconsistent, though, so don't have too high expectations, but he definitely is a better play than I think anybody else for you in that situation. That's a tough one. With all the injuries and buys, that's crazy. But good job on the win if you won this week. I don't know if you did. I am looking for your answer. Yeah, this week is screwed. Did you win, though, last week? You probably replied. I won. You won. Great job. You won.
To the moon.
Kyron to the moon. Kyron carried you, and then he got hurt. $4.99. Sam, would you trade Kamara for Chris Olave? I would rather have Kamara by a hair, I guess, in general. I mean, the way I look at this is if you trade Kamara, you're weaker at running back and stronger at wide receiver. If you keep Olave, you're stronger at wide receiver, weaker at running back. It's not like you're changing much. You're just flipping that flex back and forth, right? I think at the end of the day, I'm more concerned about having the RB in this running back climate. I'm going to lean toward Kamara. I love Olave, I do, especially if it's full PPR, but Kamara's great in full PPR, and I just feel like it's safer to have the RB. Not to mention, you're less reliant on Carr. You can still run the ball, even with quarterback rotations and everything, but it's very close. And I love Watson, so I think you're going to be okay there, but it's a very, very close call. I think the chat might have a different opinion. If the chat could weigh in, I'd appreciate it. I'm 4-2 with that JJ situation. I don't remember what we're talking about, Hassan, but that's great. I mean, you could wait on JJ, but it doesn't mean I don't shop JJ. I definitely shop him, even if I'm 4-2. But you definitely are more of a candidate to hold if you don't get the right perfect offer. $20 hauler from Alonzo. Let's go, Alonzo.
Alert. Super chat alert. Alert. Super chat alert.
13, 14, 15. Tries are getting a workout for sure. That's really helping make the arm feel a little bit more defined. I shouldn't have neglected tries so much the first week. Hey, Smitty, 12-man PPR 2 and 4. Fields and Love, Stevenson, Hall, Gibbs, Moss, DeMarcado, Hopkins, Kirk. Any moves? I'd probably say, I mean, this look, Gibbs hopefully steps up for you. Hopkins, tough to trust him. They're on a bye week anyway, but tough to trust him in general, but tough to doubt him as well. Kirk, you're dependent on T. Law playing, and he may not. Pickens fresh off a bye. This is a little bit light of a roster. So someone is asking for Kirk and Hall for Bijan. What do I think? Chat, do we like Bijan more than Hall and Kirk, or Hall and Kirk more than Bijan? Part of me says you're 2 and 4. You're just getting Hall going, though. So tough. So tough. I probably lean Kirk and Hall. With your situation, you're really thin anyway. And Hall might have more trade value, but let's see what the chat thinks. Let's keep it right there. Let's keep it right there. Vampy says triceps are the key. I know. That's why. I mean, I've worked out my whole life, so I'm not like a novice to working out. But you're starting to see the tricep a little bit. But I neglected those in the beginning of the workout. I mean, I've worked out my whole life. I just haven't consistently done it for years because I'm so busy. But we got Bijan, Hall, Kirk. Take Kirk and Hall. Kirk and Hall depends on the league. Bijan, Hall might outscore Bijan outright. Hall and Kirk. Majority of people like the Hall Kirk side. I don't know what to do other than that. I mean, maybe I sell Hopkins on the high for Devontae Smith. Hall on the high for Ridley. Throw in a player like Rashee Rice or Moss. Moss and Hopkins for Devontae Smith. Moss and Hopkins for Ridley. Moss for Christian Watson. Think a couple moves like that, and you're in the game. You got to bank on Love, unfortunately, with this team for right now. And I don't say that like to say that I don't love Jordan Love, but you know, I don't think you have a lot of firepower to go get something else. Big Birds with the super chat here. Ivan with the super chat here. Chase with the super chat here, and Josh Daniel with the $20 hauler here. Thank you, kind sir Josh. You get a standing ovation, young man.
Alert. Super chat alert. Alert. Super chat alert.
$13, $14. I'm turning my head because I don't want these bands to snap in my face. Just in case. I'm always scared they're going to snap. Smitty, need your help, bro. Standard league, so I had a crappy week. Starting lineup is Fields, Monty, Mixon, Waddle, Chase, Laporta, Jacobs, and my bench. Jeez. Monty injured. Mixon. Waddle is good. Chase is good. I'm trading Jacobs. Who's your other quarterback? I don't see one. You got to wait on Achane. Waddle and Chase are good enough, bro. Laporta, fantastic. You could trade Laporta and Mixon for a Ekeler. Laporta and Mixon for Aaron Jones. Monty and Laporta for Ekeler. Someone might do it. Mixon and Monty for Ekeler. Maybe that guy's only got Ekeler and he's scared to death about what's going on. Jacobs and Laporta for Ekeler. You get Ekeler, Chase, and Waddle together, and yeah, if you trade Jacobs and Laporta for Ekeler, Mixon and Monty for Aaron Jones, I don't know. Then you got Waddle, Chase, Aaron Jones, and Ekeler. Josh, those are a couple moves I throw out there. And then you just wait on Achane, baby. Wait on Achane to go to the moon.
To the moon.
All right. Let's see here. 10-man PPR, 3-3. Team is Fields. Thank you for the $20 hauler, Josh. I appreciate you. Hopefully that helps. I hope that's enough information, too. I was trying to go 100 different directions there, but I don't want to throw too many things out. 3-3. My team is Fields, Stafford, Bijan, Hall, Gibbs, Spears, Roshan, JJ, Amon-Ra, St. Brown, Olave, Waddle, Deebo. Wow, what a team. Should I wait on JJ? You could. If it's me, I'm trading Fields and Stafford and JJ for one quarterback. And maybe because Fields is hurt, they'll take Stafford. But I'd take Mahomes. I'd take Mahomes over Fields, Stafford, and JJ. I would take Jalen Hurts over that as well. That's what I'm doing. Josh Allen. I do Josh Allen as well. $10 hauler from Chase.
The moon.
Think about it. JJ, you're getting value no matter what. If Mahomes, Josh Allen, or Hurts hit your team and get into your lineup, JJ's out for 5-6 weeks. Who cares if he comes back? You've got a top 3 quarterback that's going to continue to score. And he scored for 3 or 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks before JJ's come back. Accrued a lot of points. Chase, $10 hauler. What's up, Smitty? I ended up going through with the Fields for T-Law Ridley trade. Dodged a bullet. Hoping the MRI comes back good for CMC. Sitting 5-1. Tua and Cheetah, best duo in fantasy. Appreciate you. Thank you for updating me. And I love the squad. I love the move. Nice work. To the moon. Smitty approves.
You've just...
Guy looking like a monster. We're going to do a draft in a minute. Chase, appreciate you with the super chat. Big Birds, $5 hauler, 12-man, 0.5 PPR. What moves do I make? T, Barkley, London, DeMarcado, Allen, Puka, Bijan, Swift, Komet, Watson, Achane. Love it. Barkley had a pretty decent game going after Ekeler, going after Aaron Jones. Both have had their bye week going after Walker. Had his bye week. Barkley and T. Higgins for any one of those guys. I bet you the Ekeler owner will bite. London and Barkley, T. Higgins and Barkley for Ekeler. If that person's a trading person, they'll probably do one of those two deals. Smash. Absolute smash. Amy, appreciate you. And we're going to jump into a draft if you want to join real quick. If anybody wants to get in this draft, let me see if I can put it up real quick. Hold on. Drafts. Here we go. Link is pinned in the live chat. Super chat here from Tex 2 and 4. Not sure what to do with my team. Guys, while we're waiting, and I'm going to answer the super chat, get into the draft. It's the Battle Royale Week 7. $5. It's the second card. Hit the link that's in the live chat. The link is pinned in the live chat. The link is also right here. I just dropped it. Oh, hold on. I just dropped it again. The link is in the live chat. pinned. It's also just been dropped. It's in the description of every video, and it's also code Smitty if you just download the app on your own, and it says, where did you hear from us? Code Smitty. They'll double your first deposit up to $500. And get all that done right now. Sign up using the link while I answer the super chat. Then we're getting into a draft together. And I'll tell you how. You're just going to go to this card here, the second card. It's called under drafts tab on the bottom and the main lobby tab on the left. So main lobby tab, then drafts on the bottom. Card 2 Battle Royale. Don't click it yet. Don't click the green button yet. But it's week 7. I'm going to click it in a minute. 2 and 4 PPR. Not sure what to do with my team. Burrow, Ekeler, Swift, JT, Evans, Ridley, and bench is Stroud, Mason, Roshan, G. Willie. It's good. I mean, it's a good team. Ekeler, Swift, JT, Evans, Ridley. I'm going to say in general, this is a hold, bro. Unless there's a QB needy team that wants Stroud and a starting Roshan once that's announced, or a Stroud and a Pickens off a bye week, or a Stroud and a well-playing Garrett Wilson. And maybe you're upgrading to Mahomes. As much as I love Burrow, bro. Burrow, Garrett Wilson. Burrow, Roshan. Burrow, Pickens. Josh Allen, Mahomes, Jalen Hurts. Go get it done, Tex. I would do it. That's a huge upgrade, bro. Huge upgrade, my guy. Let's get into the draft. Click the green button now. $5 hauler battle royale week 7. I'm going to wait about 5 seconds because there is a YouTube delay. Get in the draft right this very second. These go really quick. 2 more to start. Appreciate everybody joining the draft. We've got almost 2,000 comments so far tonight. Please hit that thumb up button, though. We have 410 people in here and only 194 thumbs up. Draft begins in 60 seconds. Draft order is being accumulated here. 1.4 is my pick. This is for week number 7. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams on a bye. These are going to be a lot thinner teams than last week. A lot thinner. Thanks a lot, Amy. Appreciate the super chats if you're still here. Thank you, Tex. And thank you to all the super chatters tonight. Thank you for everybody just hitting a thumb up, telling a friend, dialing into the phone line. Let's kill the music for a minute. I'm out of breath from working out, but my tries feel pretty good. I don't know if I look any more swole than before. I feel like it's working. I feel like your boy's getting cut and fit, but I'm still a ways away. I have till Halloween before really the deadline. We said that that would be when I stopped doing the working out live with super chats. I'm not going to do that the whole show, but I do want to do that until I get fit. Okay, hey, we got Diggs here. We'll go Stephon Diggs from the 4 spot. Kenneth Walker, nice pick. I like the move, broski. Keenan Allen. Amon-Ra, I like it. Amon-Ra is such a good player, man. Such a good player. Commas on the clock here. Joey, appreciate you. Thank you, Ninja. Appreciate you. Ninja. Thanks for the comment, my guy. Patrick Mahomes, nice pick. I'm going to go with Josh Allen and Diggs. Comeback tour. Hit those traps too. I will. E111. Last week I did really, really good on this. I won like 5 money spots, but they were low. You know, they're like $20, $15, $20, $50. But I had like such a lit team, and I was 2,000. My highest one was like place 2,000. or something out of, I don't know if there's like 100,000 people, but I placed 2,016. And my team was Tua, Tyreek Hill, St. Brown. I forget what it was. It was a loaded team. Everybody did good, but like I think I had Knox or somebody, and it was 2,000, place 2,000. Because with one guy, they were so close, one player. Everybody went nuts. I was like, I got everybody. I'm going to win big on this one, and I went back and I won, but it was like I placed 2,000th place when I had literally the 22 to 25 point scores across the board, but my tight end was like, I want to say it was like, maybe that one was Laporta. It was crazy. My entire team went off. But it is really close when everybody's picking very similar teams. All right, here we go. Lopez is up. Adams, man. This is tough. I'm probably going to go, I kind of want to go Puka, but I'm going to go with Aaron Jones against the Broncos. So my team so far, Diggs, Josh Allen, Aaron Jones. Pretty good. Good matchups. I like everything so far. God, I hope Jahmyr Gibbs plays and starts this week. Yeah, buddies. Bijan. Man, I was hoping Bijan would fall. Sam Laporta. Who's Kama going to take here? Three seconds, 2 seconds, 1. He goes with Christian Watson. I don't mind that one. That's a good pick. Is this the game? No, not against Cleveland. I was going to say JT, but that's a bad matchup, Cleveland. Let's go bounce back Mike Evans. Bounce back Mike Evans. Diggs, Josh Allen, Aaron Jones against Denver. Mike Evans bounce back game against the Falcons, I think. Lamar Jackson just went. Let's go back to the players and take a gander at who's available. Let's look at wideouts. It's crazy because all the teams on a bye and the fact that it's only the morning and afternoon slate games, so you're even thinner as far as options. Start Puka or Devontae Smith. I mean, you got to go Puka for now, but I love Devontae Smith, my guy. I really do. I think he's upset at himself. He's gonna, forge a comeback above comebacks. 400 people in here, and only 204 thumbs up. Punch that thumb up button if you could. Appreciate you all. Flowers is kind of a nice play this week. Amari Cooper, I don't know that I could trust him. He's, just with the quarterback situation and everything. But, I mean, he's been producing. He still produces every week. So, sometimes I'm too hard on Amari Cooper. I admit that. I admit it. Tater Toddy. 10-team Fields, Tyreek Cooper, Garrett Wilson. Good team. I'd say I'm kind of standing down on that team and letting it play out because you got a lot of talent. You just got to wait for some of it to pop off. I mean, JT against Cleveland, man, it's not a good matchup, but they're going to try and swallow him up. Let's just roll with Gibbs. What if it's just the day? What if it's Gibbs' day? I don't know. So I got Josh Allen, Aaron Jones, Gibbs, Diggs, Evans. I don't think a lot of I think Gibbs is going to be kind of a steal here with this second to last round or last round. He'll definitely fall. Monty and Lamb for Ekeler and Ridley. I'd take Ekeler and Ridley and run, bro. Juan, that's not even close because Monty's injured right now. That's a great trade. Waller for Higgins. Yeah, I'd take Higgins. Let's go with Musgrave, I suppose. So the squad is Allen, Aaron Jones, Gibbs, Diggs, Evans, Musgrave. Let's see what score they give us. We'll do one more draft, and I want everybody to do these if you can. Use the code Smitty. Underdog Fantasy will match up to $100 or $500 in your first deposit. They'll double your first deposit up to $500 for a limited time. It will go back to 100, so you got to use this now. But hit that link that's pinned in the live chat. If you're watching a replay of this video, the link is pinned. Well, it's in the description of every video, but it's in the description of this video on top of being pinned in the live chat. On top of just use code Smitty if you need to. 81 points is the highest score from Lopez. It's a good squad. All right, let's do one more. Battle Royale Week 7. Hit the green button. I'm going to wait about 5 seconds because of the YouTube delay. And I'm going to hit the green button right this very second right now. 4 more to start. 3 more to start. Sorry you're doing bad in that league, Tater Toddy. Appreciate you, my guy. 2 more to start on this one. We can fill this with our own people here. So jump in, click the link. Do I panic about JT? No, I mean, he's ramping up, bro. They didn't pay him all that money to not use him. They will use him. It's just been slower moving than we've wanted. Did this, like... Do I need to go out and refresh? Why is this still 2 people needed? Click the link, people. Let's get into this draft. 2 more spots need to be filled. Look, it's waiting. Filled. 1 more waiting. We've been sitting here for like 3 minutes. Not 3 minutes. A minute. Been sitting here for a minute. Will you trade Waller for Higgins? Absolutely take Higgins. Who can I trade to acquire Aaron Jones? I don't know, Josh. I have no idea who you have. I probably won't necessarily see the message either. I guess you could ask it right now. Best ball 4 teams doing. I don't know. I haven't checked the golf. I think they're okay. I think a couple of my weekly winners I'm hoping come around now that we've got some players. Honestly, a lot of my weekly winners are gonna go nuts the moment Bijan has a good game. I think that's what's holding some of those back. But I did have a good team this past week. It's a really good one. It just, what's good though, 100,000 plus people and you get like 500th place. It's it's fun. That's a good finish. But I want to win it all. Each week you get paid. What is it? 20K I think. Or all right, I'm drafting from the 4 spot again. Okay. I guess I'm gonna probably get Diggs again. Cooper Kupp. Little Cooper Kupp. Travis Kelce. Maybe Diggs will go here, though, because Ekeler had a bad game, man. I assume somebody's going to... No, there's Ekeler. I got to go Diggs again. I don't hate it, but I would have preferred to have variation going on here. I like to diversify a little bit. 380 in here. Punch that thumb up button. 209 people have hit that button. I'm gonna watch the remainder of Gran Turismo tonight. I'm in the middle of that movie. It's pretty good. DJR is on the clock here with back-to-back picks. What is he gonna do? My guess is Keenan Allen and Amon-Ra. What did Kama do? Kenneth Walker. Keenan Allen. And either Adams or Amon-Ra is my guess. CD for JT and Ridley. Do you sell higher now for CD after today? I try, Arthur. Absolutely. I mean, you definitely want to try. Let's go Mahomes here. I don't need to stack. I'd like to stack, but I don't need to. Fast and the Furious is a good series, bro. Tater Toddy. That's not the emoji I made. That's the emoji Garrett chose because he's the highest super chatter of the year. Whoever is the highest super chatter of the year. Where is it? Is it right here? Yeah. Garrett is the highest super chatter of the year with $600 on the year during a single live stream. And when you're that guy or girl, you get to pick your own emoji. It could be your face. It could be your avatar here on YouTube. You get to pick it, and I upload it as long as it's, not crazy. And until somebody knocks you off the podium, your emoji's there. Your emoji's there doing it live. Let's go Aaron Jones again. A little bit different team, just kind of variant of what we were doing. So instead of Diggs, Allen, Aaron Jones, I have Diggs, Pacheco, or Diggs, Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Jones. Joey, see you later. This is the last draft anyway. We'll be out of here. 382 of you in here. Punch that thumb up button. E111. I just ordered Gran Turismo. Yeah, it's a good movie. It's kind of fun. You know what another good movie is? Need for Speed. That movie's fantastic. The guy in Breaking Bad, Jesse Pinkman. That guy plays Need for Speed. It's a really good movie. If you like race car movies, Fast and the Furious, that's a super good movie. Such a good movie. One of my favorite movies. For like racing and everything. It's just a really cool story. So send Walker or Jacobs for Ekeler. First of all, Jacobs and Walker are stark differences, bro. Like Jacobs for Ekeler, smash. Even with schedule, I still rather have Walker over Jacobs. He's already had the bye week, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, Aaron Paul, it's a good movie. I love Need for Speed. It's really good. Barkley, maybe Barkley has a big day. Watson has a big day. Let's go Watson. I got Pacheco. Why do I keep calling Mahomes Pacheco? Mahomes, Patrick Mahomes, not Pacheco Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Jones against Denver. Diggs, Christian Watson. Feeling kind of good about this team. Feeling kind of crafty about this little squad here. That's the name of it, Need for Speed, right? I think that Big Red Machine. That's what it's called, right? I'm remembering the name right with Aaron Paul, right? Yeah, Need for Speed. I think it's called. It's great movie. Super good. The new Flash was pretty good. Pittman, Evans for Walker. Yeah, that's feasible. Super chat here from Manny. Is Cooper a must start this weekend over Davis and Kirk? Yeah. Especially with T-Law injured or out for sure. All right, here we go. I'm up here in a few seconds. I would probably say, man, I would like to go. I mean, I want to go DJ Moore, but we can't do that. We'll go Mike Evans. Diggs, Watson, Evans, Aaron Jones, Mahomes. Yeah, buddy. Need for Speed, yeah. Good movie. Thank you for clarifying the title. All right, everybody. What team am I a fan of? I mean, I'm in Arizona, so I'm a Cardinal fan, but I like to separate all that. I really am good at separating that. I don't need to root for the Cardinals on any capacity when I'm doing fantasy. That's the nice thing about what I do. On the clock, Kyle Pitts. Mayer or Pitts? Mayer, Pitts. I mean, Pitts is kind of coming alive. I'll go Kyle Pitts. So Mahomes, Aaron Jones, Diggs, Watson, Mike Evans, Kyle Pitts. I like it. The Covenant is a good movie. I don't know if I've seen that one. Maybe I have. Mac with a super. Buy low, Deontay Johnson. Trust your gut. I'm not super high on Deontay. Not a huge fan. But trust your gut. I mean, wide receiver 3-4, I don't mind it. I'm out of here. Appreciate you all. Thank you to all my $20 haulers and super chatters. My $20 haulers include Josh, Daniel, appreciate your $20 hauler, my broski. Alonzo with a 20 wad. Ricky, Turbo, Mason, appreciate you with a $20 hauler. Hernandez with a $20 hauler. And everybody else who dropped a super chat or just a thumbs up or a comment or a phone call. Appreciate you all. I'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you so much. Don't forget to play Underdog Fantasy, promo code Smitty. They'll match up to $500 for a very brief amount of time by using code Smitty, which the link pinned in the live chat will insert code Smitty for you. The link in the description of any video if you're watching a replay or just later on do it. Click that link or enter code Smitty when you download the app. It'll ask you, how did you hear about us? You enter code Smitty, they will double your first deposit up to $500. So if you deposit $10, they'll give you $10. You deposit $100, they'll give you $100. You deposit $500, they'll give you $500. So you choose your first deposit wisely because they will double your first one. I'll see you all later. Appreciate you very much. Thank you to my mods, my mod crew. You guys absolutely rock. Later, Superfish. Later, E111. Later, Tater Toddy. Later, Juan. Snowpiercer. I think I never finished it. I couldn't get into it, but it was an intriguing idea. Thank you, Sebastian. Appreciate you. Thank you, Manny G. Thank you, Matt, Birdman, Kerry, Ninja to the moon, Birdman to the moon, the Big Red Machine to the moon, Pix, appreciate you, Mateo, Juan, or Ochoa, Who Dat Lolo, appreciate you, Mac, appreciate you, Brian Mesa, appreciate you, Hybrid, you're going to the moon. Mark D, appreciate you. We are getting swole. Golf for life. Appreciate you, Golf. I'll see you all tomorrow. 8 p.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday, and live whenever big news breaks. We'll probably do an AR5. We didn't do an AR5 video today. He was out for so long, but I should. If the game wasn't going on, I would have done a live stream on it. I should have really talked about it more today, but he's probably out. He's out for the year. So, but we'll do more on that tomorrow when more gets announced and talked about tomorrow. See you all tomorrow.
Kenneth Skywalker. Kenneth Lightsaber Swinging Skywalker.